named 2020 again, and they can do the same for you. See like Big Papi. Book your free evaluation at bostonvision.com.
No time of the year sounds better than the holidays. We look forward to the opening of new presents, heading out with family to see holiday lights, then racing back home to enjoy a traditional family meal. Or sometimes running back out to grab the last-minute gift. Get into the holiday spirit during the Lexus December to Remember sales event. Get offers on select models now through January 5th. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Want to make 2026 your year of adventure? Book that trip and learn a new language with Babel. Go ahead, make a resolution you can stick to. Now is the time. Babel's New Year sale is here. Unlock all of the languages on Babel with the lifetime subscription for 65% off. Just go to Babel.com and start today. Babel teaches you relevant words and phrases, so you can start speaking with confidence in as little as 3 weeks. And because Babel's bite-sized lessons fit easily into your daily routine and are easy to remember, you'll be talking like a local in time for takeoff. Dive into the world of language learning content with Babel's videos, podcasts, and stories from around the world, full of culture bites and language learning tips. Turn your daydream into a destination this year with Babel. But don't wait. This offer ends January 15th. Get Babel's lifetime access for less at Babel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babel.com.
Hey, it's Felger here, and Boston hockey is back. So grab an ice-cold Surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your Bruins on the ice. Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside, proud partner of the Boston Bruins. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
The game is on the Sports Hub.
Time for the Catches Law injury report. Tanner Janot misses his 3rd straight game tonight. Practiced in a non-contact jersey yesterday. No timeline yet for his return. Henry Jokiharju is on the trip, skating with the team, but he still remains on IR along with Jordan Harris. Injury report brought to you by Catches Law, the official law firm of the Boston Bruins. They've won over $3 billion for their clients. When you're injured and can't work, turn to Catches Law. There's no fee unless you win. Go to catcheslaw.com. Schedule your free consultation today. We go around the NHL next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders and new sauces. So whether you're a creamy ranch girly or a new Wendy's signature stand, you can dip to your heart's content. Now let's wrap this up because I got to dip. I want to try these new tenders. For tendies you're going to know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's.
Engines rev, are you listening?
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days, where you can drive in a Honda wonderland of your own with a great offer on a fun-to-drive new Accord, Civic, CR-V, or HR-V. Hurry into your local Honda dealer and experience the wonder of Happy Honda Days with a great deal on your favorite Honda today.
Driving in a Honda wonderland.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Presented by Robinhood.
He crosses, spins, pulls up.
With Robinhood prediction markets, buy or sell your predictions all game long. No house odds, just you versus the market. Put your sports IQ to work. Trade every shot, block, steal, run, and moment that shifts the game. With Robinhood prediction markets, trade every play. Visit Robinhood.com/predict to start trading. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Poor Diana in accounting. She fell for an email phishing scam. Computers shut down. And people freaked out, especially about getting paid.
Hey!
Fortunately, the company had cyber risk coverage from Safety Insurance. Safety covered the cost of systems and data restoration, business income-related losses, and more. Don't let one human error shut down your business. Ask an independent agent about Safety Insurance. We'll help you manage life storms, even the cyber kind.
Want the best deal on Bridgestone winter tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get Bridgestone tires at the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, you get more free services than anywhere else. When you combine Town Fair's guaranteed lowest price with the most free services, you get the guaranteed best deals anywhere on your Bridgestone winter tires. Because nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. And you know we mean nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Your hot takes on the Sports Hub.
Bruins in Edmonton coming up. Quick check around the other action in the NHL, including a milestone for Steven Stamkos and a Predators win in Vegas.
Forsberg will probe the defense.
Across Stamkos!
from his hot spot. So many from that spot in his career. They're going to mob number 91.
Preds ended up beating the Golden Knights 4-2 this afternoon. Washington Capitals 6-3 win over the Rangers.
They lock horns. Radish waiting for some help. It squirts loose. Feed down low. Score! Alexei Protas.
Tom Wilson also had 2 goals and an assist in that game as he was named to the Canadian Olympic team today, as was Caps goalie Logan Thompson. Tampa Bay Lightning an overtime win in Anaheim.
Hagel now to the net. He goes, scores! Tapped in by Darren Radish. It's a lightning strike in overtime. Tampa Bay wins it.
4-3 the final in that game. San Jose handed the Wild a rare loss in a shootout 4-3.
On William Eklund's stick and he scores. In slowly to his left, William Eklund. And he scores! And the Sharks win and sweep the Minnesota Wild.
And one other final already in the books. Detroit with a 2-1 win today over Winnipeg. We'll hear from Marco Sturm when we return on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Bull riding, raw power, relentless courage, and the heart of a cowboy. Witness every second that will leave you breathless at PBR Boston at TD Garden, January 2nd and 3rd. Tickets available at PBR.com and Ticketmaster.
What's up, everybody? It's Adam and your boy Lou from Central 44 Jeep Dodge Ram and Rainham. The holidays are here, football's rolling. It's the perfect time to upgrade your drive during the wrap-up the year sales event. We've got an unbelievable gift waiting for you. Get a 2025 Jeep Wrangler Sport S lease for $229 a month for 36 months with $39.95 down, 7,500 miles per year. That's the kind of holiday deal that brings cheer to every driveway. With just minutes from anywhere, so you can upgrade your ride, spread a little holiday magic, and still be home before kickoff. Tell them what's up, Lou.
Central 44 Jeep Dodge Ram and Rainham, from my driveway to yours.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Hey, it's Felger here, and if surgery is recommended for your injured joint, I recommend calling Dr. Franke before going under the knife. Skip the long recovery time and heal your joint at BostonProLotherapy.com.
See icon David Ortiz at the Brook Casino Saturday, January 22nd at 7 p.m. in the season showroom. Hear Big Poppy's stories from his time in Boston, plus a Q&A with the crowd. Additional seating in the DraftKings Sportsbook. Free event, 18 plus. The Brook, exit 1 off I-95 in New Hampshire. Live free and play.com.
Hit 98.5 thesportshub.com.
Our pregame interview with Marco Sturm is brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety.
Marco, you set to take on the Edmonton Oilers here today. We haven't talked to you since last game. It's just, were there a lot of things that you took out of that game against Calgary that you really liked?
Yeah, I really did. Again, it was just very unfortunate that we didn't end up, with 2 points. But I would say a month ago, no problem. We came up. It's just, sometimes in that little funk we're in right now, you don't get those lucky breaks too. And before we scored in OT, and now we were unlucky and they scored. So that's sometimes how it goes. But I look at the big pictures, and we did a lot of good things. I think, keeping them off. I think they only had one shot on net in the third period. That was really good. We just have to make sure we go back to our foundation. That's what we did, and try to build off that.
You referenced with the scrum earlier, the power play's gone now a little bit cold. I know that, there's ups and downs during a season. Can you put your finger on maybe what has changed for you there?
Yeah, no, it's just, I think it's all about speed. And, too, power plays, we were really good for a long, long time. And they spoiled us now. So everyone goes through stretches like that. What is normal? And we're not even in a big stretch. It's just, now we know how they can play. Now we obviously want it every night. But I think the one thing that we just have to go back to is just our speed. That could be off breakouts. I think we're just slowing things down right now. It makes it hard. And also in the zone with puck speed, like move that puck quickly. And I always had that Winnipeg game in my mind. Forget about scoring, but just the way they sit it around all sets. It's hard for the other team. I think that's where we have to get into again.
On the flip side, the PK, the last couple of games has been really good, and that had dipped for a little while as well. We know penalties is a big problem. That's still a problem. But is there any one thing that common denominator that's been good for you on the PK?
Yeah, no, we just I think we're very sharp. I think we're very aggressive, organized, and you will get scored on at one point, but at least we want them to make a perfect play to have their goal. And I liked how aggressive we were organized. Sometimes you get lucky bounces, unlucky bounces, but other than that, it's been fun to watch.
When you look at your team, the way you score goals, some teams are really good off the rush, some teams are good off the cycle, or how they dump the puck in. What's this team's strength, the Bruins, and how do you kind of get back to that?
Yeah, no, it's if you look at as an organization, as a roster, as a team we're in. As our identity, I think it's going into getting pucks deep, play behind them, and kind of outwork them, kind of that kind of style. I don't think we're a big rush team. We're not, and that's what happened during that stretch. I think we were trading chances a lot against the Buffalo and against even the Oilers. You can't do that. We're just not as elite. I think we're a team who need to put our working boots on and go behind it and outwork him. That's what they don't like. If they hear the Boston Bruins, they play heavy and hard, it's not going to be off the rush. I think you will score off the rush because we have some talent, but end of the day, I think we're more like a grinding, very simple, very direct hockey team, and we just got to remember that.
So when you talk about details, little things like a dump-in can be a detail, right? Keeping it away from the goaltender, or if a goaltender is not very good at playing the puck, you don't mind.
Yeah.
So, how hard do you drill in the details about it? Even a simple thing like dumping a puck in and where you put it?
Yeah, no, and again, if you look at last game, Wolf was their best defenseman. It can't happen because of, yes, sometimes you're under pressure, but there was a lot of times we just didn't think. And that's where we have to get better at. That's, it's not happening overnight. That's something we have to keep addressing because of the way we want to play. I just told you about we want to play behind the D, but there's more to it, right? You don't want to give it to a goalie like Wolf the other night. Every goalie's different, but we just got to be smart because we're wasting a lot of energy by just doing that, just having a bad dump. That's just one example.
So the last one for you on Edmonton and kind of following up on that, last time you played them, you said you gave them too much respect. You want to be good in the neutral zone, you want to slow them down, and you did that a lot last game. Yeah. How do you establish that forecheck against them?
Yeah, no.
The balance, right?
Yeah, no. You just got to stick with the program, I think. This is a team who's obviously very, very good off the rush, also in the zone, so we want to limit their chances by having shorter shifts, first of all. Our puck placement will be very, very important. Staying out of the box. I think that's just the one thing. We want to play in 5-on-5. There are a different animal at home, I think. We can look at the stats too, but, we shouldn't be afraid. I think when we are on our game, I think we can, we can upset teams, and why not tonight?
Thanks, Marco. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
That's head coach Marco Sturm. Bruins and Oilers are next.
Monday night in Calgary, the Bruins controlled the game for most of the night, but an untimely penalty to start OT led to a familiar result. From center ice, left side, Sharangovich pulls up along the far wall. Weegar, center of the blue line. Back to Sharangovich, top of the left circle. A shot, save made, rebound, score! Connors power play goal for the Flames as they take it 2-1. Tonight they ring in the new year in Edmonton against Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, and the Oilers. The Bruins and the Oilers are next.
This is Boston Bruins hockey.
Cross to Esposito. Shot.
Cam Neely. Wow.
Nathan Horton wins Game 7 in overtime. Geeky scores. And there is point number 100 for Pasta and goal number 30 for Morgan Geeky.
Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by your local New England Honda dealers, Shaw's and Star Market, Safety Insurance, Town Fair Tire, Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train, Ticketmaster, your New England Ford dealers, Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, Service Credit Union, TD Bank, and by Catcher's Law.
Backhand, it'll save Thomas. Swayman made a great stop at the far post.
And by Dairy Queen, Peerless Boilers, your New England Chevy dealers, Timber Tech Decking and Railing, Charles D. Sheehy, Mass Mutual, Wendy's, Live Nation, your Boston area Lexus dealers, Tito's Handmade Vodka, and by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Back to Orr. Put in. His 100-point backhand score on a penalty shot for Raymond Gordon.
David Pasternak calls game, and the Bruins win it 2-1. Bergeron! And the Bruins win the series!
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
Decked out in our finest tuxedos for New Year's Eve, it's the Bruins and the Edmonton Oilers coming up. We heard your conversation, Beersy, with Marco Sturm. What are the keys against McDavid, Draisaitl, and company tonight?
Yeah, respect, but not too much respect, right? They got to establish a forechecking game. The Bruins have struggled to score goals over this losing streak that they've had, and they're trying to figure it out, right? And you're looking for different ways to score goals. When was the last time you saw a tip-in goal? Well, we've seen some rebound goals.
Yeah.
We need to see a little bit more of that, but you have to establish a forecheck in order to do that. The last time they played the Oilers, they gave them way too much respect in terms of we don't want to get beat by them. We don't want to get beat by them. But they didn't establish their game offensively. And it's crept into their game here recently. So, smart dumps, get in on the forecheck, make them work defensively, and go to work in their end. Make them come 200 feet if they're going to beat you.
Something they drilled in practice yesterday. More time in the dirty areas in front of the net. Keys to the game brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest prices on tires, go to Town Fair Tire, because nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Face off next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Want the lowest price on name brand tires? Town Fair Tire beats all the competition. We beat the wholesale clubs. We beat online prices. We beat all local tire dealers. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
It's a winter classic unlike anything you've ever seen.
It's going to be a little bit different.
The Broadway Blue Shirts head south.
It's going to be cool playing against two-time Stanley Cup winner.
To take on the Florida Panthers.
To be able to play our Winter Classic in Miami, it's pretty crazy. It's going to be an experience that never happened before.
I'm looking forward to the energy that it brings. This is going to be awesome. The 2026 Discover NHL Winter Classic. Rangers Panthers. Friday at 7 on TNT.
Hey, it's Maz for Aaron's. Cold, windy, but there's no snow. But let me remind you that the infamous Snowmageddon year, where we got pummeled with snow, didn't start until January 26th. That's right, the weather can change on a dime, so do what I did. Be prepared with an Aaron's, the king of snow. I trust Aaron's to throw snow better and farther than any other snow throwers out there. So for you, throw back what old man winter dishes out with Aaron's, the king of snow. Visit your local independent Aaron's dealer today.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 48 years straight. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers. Your New England Ford dealers, a proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Zoe and Beetle, middays on the Sports Hub.
Back in Edmonton, as the Bruins and Oilers get ready to drop the puck. Before they do, let's take you down to ice level and get tonight's national anthems.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proud
proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true North strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Getting set for the Oilers and the Bruins in the opening face-off. We take a look at our starting lineups here tonight. In goal for Edmonton is Connor Ingram. On defense, the pairing of Darnell Nurse and Alec Regula. And up front, it's Max Jones, Adam Henrique, and Trent Frederick for the Bruins. They'll start Jeremy Swayman in goal, Nikita Zadorov, and Charlie McAvoy, your defenseman. Up front, Casey Middlestat, Pavel Zacha, and Victor Arvidsson.
First 5 minutes of tonight's game are presented by your New England Ford dealers. Tonight's New England Ford dealers' first 5 contestant of the game is Robert Fraga of New Bedford, Massachusetts. If the Bruins score in the first 5 minutes, Robert will win a pair of tickets to a future Bruins game, courtesy of the New England Ford dealers. Enter the contest at 985thesportshub.com. Bruins in the road, white sweaters, white helmets, and black pants, going from right to left in period number 1, trying to snap a 6-game losing streak here in game 3 of this road trip. As the face-off is controlled by the Oilers, Regula inside his own zone. Fired it toward the far side, directed into the Bruins zone by Jones. It'll be played back around toward the near side, tipped out toward the blue line by Middlestat, but not out of the zone. Jones walked it toward the far circle, threw one in front. That gets redirected onto the near side. Middlestat will get it out into the neutral zone. It kicked on to McAvoy. He'll carry it across the line. Try to play it down the near side wall. Gets run to the boards and knocked down. And the Oilers start back the other way. On the right side, here is Jones into the Boston zone. Gets knocked off the puck by Zadorov. Puck trickles in on Jeremy Swayman, who covers it up.
Yeah, Regula makes a nice hit on McAvoy down inside Edmonton zone, and then Zadorov angles Jones off nicely. Jones was a former Bruin, obviously, but he makes a pretty good play on the goal that was scored 5-on-5 against the Bruins in that game the last time these two teams met. He's going to play fourth line minutes, him along with Trent Frederick, and he's made an impact here. He wasn't able to make that impact. He had a tough start to the season with the Bruins, took a lot of penalties, ended up down in Providence, and really never found his way back.
Puck locked up in the near corner of the Bruins zone, in behind the net, and we get a whistle and a hand pass from back there against the Oilers.
Trent Frederick starting the game here. He's had trouble finding that traction here. Did have a bunch of former teammates over for dinner last night. So they enjoyed it, made fun of Freddie with his, the boots he was wearing and everything else. And
yeah, I saw him wearing those things yesterday. He said it's more about form than fashion here in Edmonton.
Exactly.
Face-off control here by Fraser Minton.
Having played here for a year and lived here for a year, I can attest that.
Puck gets redirected into the Bruins zone, but we got a whistle down and face it off again outside the blue line. So just 49 seconds in. And Minton stands in here against McDavid on the draw. Usnadinov pushed it back inside the Boston blue line. Now he's got it again on the left wing side, trying to chip it deep. Taken away. McDavid will play it in front of the Edmonton net. Evan Bouchard inside his own zone. Throws one through the neutral zone, missed everyone, and that'll be an icing against Edmonton. So a choppy start here.
They're trying to mark McDavid coming out of the zone there, and Bouchard's one of the best at he's weak defensively some nights. I mean, there are a lot of nights actually he's weak defensively, but he can move the puck. And I mean, that puck got through everybody over the left wing side, just missed McDavid flying up the left wing. And that's an area, if you're going to mark him, McDavid, in the offensive zone, you want, when I say mark him, you got to stay above him. You can't let him get, behind you as a forward.
Elias Lindholm will take the face-off in the offensive zone. Steves on his left, Geeky on the right. As McAvoy fights down into the corner and rims it around near side. Zadorov fires off the near wall, sticked aside by Ingram. In behind his own net is Matthias Ekholm here for the Oilers. Takes his time as they change up front. Now he hands off the puck behind the net. Turning it toward the near side, Draisaitl will carry up toward the red line and dump in. Stopped behind the net by Swayman. Tried to send it back toward the near side. Nearly taken away by Podkolzin. Geeky will give it back to Zadorov. Over to McAvoy. And out of the far corner, he angles it out toward center ice. Chopped away from Steves. Comes back toward McAvoy inside his own zone. To Zadorov, gets it through some pressure to Geeky on the left wing, fires across to the far side, and that one just out of the reach of Corrali, angles in toward the side of the net where it's covered by Ingram.
So there's a good example, right, with the way that the Bruins want to play through the neutral zone. It's a setup breakout for Edmonton. They're trying to get a line change. The Bruins are getting a line change. So you got all fresh bodies on the ice, and they leave that puck for Draisaitl. Now he's got to come through 5 guys through the neutral zone. He ends up dumping it in right at the red line. The Bruins could be a little more aggressive there, but then how do you handle the dump in? You go back, Swayman plays it. He's got the first touch. How's the handoff between him and the D?
Corrali won the face-off, but tipped off the end of an outstretched stick of Peak out into the neutral zone. Directed back in here off of Asamon, goes hard into the corner and knocks down Ty Emberson. Bruins gain possession. Lohrei at the left point, winds and fires, and that one knocked off to the far circle. Peak tried to shoot from there, and that was blocked. Oilers will get it cleared. A bouncing puck comes back toward the Boston bench. Lohrei whips it across near side, but nobody was there. It angles off the near boards in on goal. Regula will leave it off into the near side corner. Carried ahead by Jack Roslovic through into the neutral zone. He turns it over to Pasternak at the blue line. And from the red line, Pasta will send it cross ice into the near corner.
Yeah, he could have kept going there. Roslovic could have, but Bruins were stacked up on the blue line.
Here's Hampus Lindholm with a shot. That one redirected off the stick of Roslovic, who broke his stick and head back to the bench, went into the far corner. Darnell Nurse pushed it up the far wall. Oilers can't get it out. Now they do as it ricochets out toward Aspero. Hampus Lindholm will drive it back in from the red line. Minton in there on the forecheck, got a piece of it as it wrapped into the far corner, but it does get to Nurse. Oilers again changing. Bruins doing likewise.
And there's your 1-2-2. That's when you go passive there.
Long pass through the neutral ice. Turns into an icing.
Yeah, so you want to forecheck when you can, but you're making a line change, and Edmonton's making a line change. Now you're going to go passive in that neutral zone. You want to force them one way or the other and force that dump in and make them, it's just about making them come 200 feet. When you can establish the forecheck, work it low to high, get the shot from Lohrei on the point there, get some bodies to the front of the net. We talked about getting a couple greasy goals and, break through some of this non-scoring that they've had here recently.
Clocked up in the near circle. Arvidsson was trying to get it back to the point. Now Zacco on the near side boards. To get it back to Lori, taken away by Frederick. Pushed it up the right side. Here's Jones against Peak of the right circle. A centering pass kicked off toward the far side wall. Carried down toward the corner, and a centering pass broken up by Middlestat. Trying to turn back behind the net with Stastny. But Lori there in the far corner. Can't get it cleared. Puck jumps into the air. Glove down by Lori in that far corner. Frederick gets between him and the puck. Frederick stumbles down. Middlestat joins the fray in behind the net. Into the far corner. Henrique angled it off the boards. Back to the point. Emerson throws one toward the net. Tipped off the outside of the net. And Arvidsson will play back down deep. Lori settles back behind the net. Bruins changing. Edmonton also. McDavid forcing the issue in behind the net. Pass out to center ice, and a penalty coming up.
Yeah, but it's the pass that, you know, Lori does a good job. He forces the forechecker to chase him. He comes out the net the other way, and he makes a pass up to the left wing. It's intended for Elias Lindholm right at the red line, but Bouchard jumps right in front of him. And he breaks the stick of Bouchard. Lindholm does, trying to just buy himself a little time there. I mean, that's always going to be called. But move your feet. Make a good tape-to-tape pass, a hard tape-to-tape pass.
So just 4:22 in. Edmonton, #1 power play in the league, gets their first opportunity.
And Castle's going to get kicked out of the face-off circle. That's his strong side. Usually wins them over there.
Corrali stands in against Draisaitl now. And Corali wins it back along the end board. Zadorov rims it around and all the way down.
Nice job by Sean Corali there. It's against Draisaitl. Draisaitl's taking that on the strong side.
Brought through the neutral ice here by McDavid and across the line. Draisaitl sent one into the middle, right back onto the right circle here for McDavid. Hands off to Draisaitl with the hash marks. Walks it down toward the corner, throws one in on goal from a wide angle. Stick save made by Swayman. Batted at by Kastelik. Freed up here to Corali, and he will clear. Bruins will change up the penalty killers. Minute 22 to go on the man advantage for the Oilers. Bouchard will come through the neutral zone. A kick back toward the Edmonton blue line. Draisaitl handed to McDavid. They gain entry. Around the near side boards it comes. Draisaitl against Hampus Lindholm in the corner. Puck locked up along the wall. Draisaitl tips in behind the net. Hustadinov goes to get it first. Takes it toward the far side. Gets knocked down, and a penalty coming against the Oilers to even things up.
Good hustle by Hustadinov, right? And protect the puck along the wall. Zach Hyman going to the box. They're going to call him for holding. Let's see where the free hand was on Hustadinov. Yeah, see, he takes the one hand off the stick, his right hand off of his stick, and that's where he reaches in on the stomach there.
So that negates the final 57 seconds of the Oilers power play. 14:35 left here in the first. It'll be 4-on-4 before an abbreviated Bruins man advantage, if nothing else changes. Faceoff will come down into the Edmonton zone. Middlestat and Arvidsson with Zadorov and Hampus Lindholm as the four-man unit here. Off the faceoff, Arvidsson gets it back to Zadorov into the slot. Now Arvidsson again along the near side circle. Lindholm stepping in for a shot, redirected on goal. Ingram got a pad on it.
Yeah, went off
forced in behind the net.
Went off of an Oiler.
Arvidsson out near the blue line, bringing over toward the near side wall. Arvidsson walking back toward the far side of the blue line. Now presses it into the far corner off the wall. It'll come back around to the near side. And the Oilers control. 28 seconds before the Bruins get their man back. Bouchard will play it up through center ice. Ekholm across the line. Drops it off. Now down the near circle. Podkolzin moving in front. Swayman makes a big stick save there.
Yeah, he weaved his way in there between Pasternak and Middlestat.
Pasternak to Geekie at center ice. Back toward Pasta. Gets upended going toward the far side wall. And back into the Bruins zone come the Oilers. Regula had a pass knocked away. Cleared here by Geekie.
Oh, Pasternak was lurking out behind the defense that time. They tried to get it to him.
Oh, and Ingram played that puck outside the trapezoid, says the referee.
5-on-3 for 54 seconds.
Pasternak was potentially going to get there first, and so Ingram was under a little bit of pressure. And so the referee calls him for the penalty. 54 seconds left on the initial minor.
It's a good call. The puck is just outside the trapezoid, so it's not where his feet are. It's where, you know, he plays the puck, and he knew it. He looked right up. I knew it.
Pasternak knew it too. He pointed right at it. So a two-man advantage here for the Bruins. Big opportunity to try to grab the lead here in the first period. As Zacha wins the faceoff, Pasternak will send over to McAvoy at the right point. Down to Zacha in the right corner. Centering pass for Elias Lindholm broken up, and comes to Pasternak from the high slot. A shot turned away and in behind the net. Bouchard trying to keep it pinned up against the wall. Pop free here by Geekie. From the left circle. Deflected puck goes in behind the net, goes around to the far side. McAvoy moves it to Zacha, the right circle, back to Pasternak. Fake to one-timer, steps to his right, goes into the corner with it, still carrying, goes in behind the net. Sends it off to the far side of the net, and Elias Lindholm there, but Ingram was there as well to make the save and cover up.
That's a good save. That's a nice play by Pasternak. You know, he does something that you don't expect. He starts to go behind the net, and then he sends it back to the short side. And Elias Lindholm from in tight gets this quick shot away. Ingram stays with it, though. He doesn't get fooled by Pasternak going behind the net and leave that short side post. He does for a second, but he gets back. That's good reaction for Ingram.
Connor Ingram making his fourth start for Edmonton. Called up in the absence of Tristan Jarry. As the Bruins get set up here with 7 to go on the two-man advantage. Centering pass gets cut off by Stastny, but kept alive along the far boards by Zacha. High slot, McAvoy looking for a tip in front. Pasternak scores from below the goal line. He banks it in. And a power play goal gives the Bruins a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, it comes right after the 5-on-3 ended. And just, I mean, Pasternak started to, he's had a couple of tough games by his standards. And the second half of that Calgary game, I thought it started to come for him. And he's made a couple of good plays here, especially on the power play early on. And now he gets this goal, high-end goal. Puck comes off the back wall, and he, like you said, it's off to the right of Ingram. It comes off the back wall, and he banks it off of Ingram to put this puck in. Puts it right off of his pad as Ingram was trying to get to the short side post.
16th of the year for Pasta, 8 of them on the power play. And the Bruins with a 1-0 lead with 12:32 to go here in the first period.
So after the power play ends, Knobloch likes to come out with Draisaitl and McDavid together on this next shift. So the two of them with Hyman up front right now.
Puck will get shot around the Oilers zone. Kastelik fires off the far side wall, and Ingram steers that rebound up over the glass out of play. And we'll take a timeout. 12:23 left here in the first period. Bruins 1 and the Oilers 0 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
There's nothing like the sights and sounds of the holidays. The crackle of a fire, the tearing of wrapping paper, and the of new gifts. The smell of cookies, ornaments on the tree, and the of new toys, along with the sound of Christmas carols through the Lexus Premium Sound System. Get into the holiday spirit during the Lexus December to Remember sales event. Get offers on select models now through January 5th. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your knowledge to work on the events that matter to you. Prediction Markets isn't just sports. It's the Fed rate decision, your favorite awards show, and so much more beyond the playing field. Trade events with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Anyone can join the fun at New England's largest snow tubing park, Neshoba Valley Snow Tubing Park in Westford, Mass. 18 lanes of snow tubing, 100% snowmaking capabilities. For more information, visit skineshoba.com.
For home comfort, trust Dry Air Systems, an elite Mitsubishi electric diamond contractor. They install Mitsubishi electric heat pumps with instant mass save rebates. Visit DAS4HVAC.com or call 978-462-3800. Family owned and operated since 1989.
Toucher and Hardy, mornings on the Sports Hub.
The first 5 minutes of tonight's game were brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Celebrate the year-end sales event and hurry in to secure your deal today on a brand new Ford. David Pastrnak with a power play goal from Elias Lindholm and Charlie McAvoy at 7:28 has the Bruins on top 1-0 with 12:23 left here in the first period. Face-off one back into the corner. It'll be sent back in behind the net by Darnell Nurse. Thrown out into neutral ice by Regula. Zadorov tried to cut that off. Now Asamon's got it, and he'll backhand it deep from the red line. Ingram comes out of the net, plays it around into the far corner. Now Regula in the near corner. Sends up to Mangiapane, and the Oilers will break out, coming through the neutral zone. Nurse sends it in behind the net. McAvoy was there. Far circle taken away and thrown back to the net. Save made, and a chance on by Mangiapane from in tight on the near circle. Swayman knocks that aside. Corrali got it up the far side boards, but not out. Then back around toward the near side. Played along the circle and back toward the point. Regula deflected toward the slot, lifted out of there by Asamon. Will bounce down to the Edmonton blue line as Kastelik able to take away from Regula. Here's Middlestat, left circle, centering pass. Zaka one-timer just goes wide.
We're two Oilers there, just kind of puck watching in the middle of the ice.
Arvidsson coming toward the near side, throws one in front off of Zaka, comes back into the near corner, and the Oilers will clear it. Jonathan Aspero back to play. Into the neutral zone. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins comes back toward his own blue line. 9 minutes gone here in the first period in Edmonton. Up the right side, Zach Hyman down the circle. Tried to throw it in front. Deflected wide of Swayman. Came through the top of his crease. Off the near boards, back to Bouchard at the right point. Knocked out of the zone by Middlestat.
Yeah, that play, that was a little too easy coming through the neutral zone that time. That one pass to Hyman gets him into the zone.
Here is Nugent-Hopkins along the near boards. Bouchard walking it toward the center of the blue line. Stops, comes back into the middle to the right circle. Nugent-Hopkins got one on goal. Save made with a pad by Swayman. Puck will come back around the near side wall. Middlestat will get it out into the neutral zone. Thrown back through the neutral ice. Here's Middlestat coming down the left circle, a shot. And Ingram makes that save. To the back of the net. And taken toward the far side by Stastny. Oilers will break out. Through the neutral zone they come. Janmark on that far side circle. Turning with it, Roslovic. Back to Emberson at the near point. Batted back toward the near corner by Andrew Peak. It'll come in behind the net. Middlestat there. Now Lohrei and Minton along the far side wall. Outlet pass taken by Peak through the neutral zone. Deflected toward Minton on the right wing side. A bouncing puck. Back toward Pastrnak. High slot. On to Lohrei, top of the near circle. Lohrei turns away from pressure. Gets it back to Peak. Throws it in front off of Minton. Ingram sprawling out to knock it away.
Oh, that was there. Minton had a great opportunity. Good look from Peak from the right point. Throwing it right down through the crease. Back door to Minton. And that's a great save by Ingram.
In the near corner of the Bruins zone, Mason Lohrei. Ustinov couldn't get it through Henry. Sent back around to the far side instead. Tipped by Minton, but not out. Nurse throws one toward the net. Blocked off a Peak. Batted out of the air with a glove by Lohrei, and ricochets just wide on a chance by Henry. He played back toward the blue line, and a bouncing puck comes towards center ice. 9 minutes of play here in the first period. Bruins with a 1-0 lead. Oilers back inside the zone, and Regula's shot tipped up and over the net by Swayman. Out of play it goes. We'll take a break. 8:50 to go here in the first period. Bruins have the lone goal so far here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network. Driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 48 years straight. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers. Your New England Ford dealers, a proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
TD Bank cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Card eligibility restrictions and terms apply. Learn more at td.com/TD Garden Perks. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Bruins and the Boston Celtics.
We've all seen them. Drivers who are looking at their phones. Is there anything more crazy? It's like they're asking to be in an accident. And why are they even on their phones? To find better car insurance? That's easy. Just pull over and talk with an independent agent about safety insurance. They'll make sure you benefit from great coverage and great value. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. We'll help you manage life's storms.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders and new sauces. So whether you're a creamy ranch girly or a new Wendy's signature stand, you can dip to your heart's content. Now let's wrap this up because I gotta dip. I want to try these new tenders. For tendies you're gonna know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
Participating U.S. Wendy's.
Felger and Maz, afternoons on the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5 The Sports Hub, Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. He's the media group station.
Alongside Bob Beers, it's Ryan Johnston. 8:50 to go here in the first period in Edmonton. The Bruins with a 1-0 lead over the Oilers. Face-off control inside the Bruins zone by the Oilers. Bouchard fired one that deflected wide of the net. On the near side wall, spun back in deep. Elias Lindholm there, gets it to Zadorov. Now it's Steves to break it out. Through the neutral zone comes Lindholm. In across the line. His shot forced wide of the net off of Ekholm. And it'll be brought back out into the neutral zone. Backhanded deep by Mangiapane. Zadorov brings it in front of Jeremy Swayman. Angles off the far boards. Missed Steves with that pass. Thrown back toward the Boston zone, but another icing here against the Oilers.
Yeah, Edmonton's not sharp right now. What is that, their fourth icing here in this period? So, I mean, they're good on home ice, right? They're 10-3-3 on home ice. 10-11-3 on the road. So they're going to be playing a lot of home games here coming up. And they're kind of a different animal here. I think that's exactly how Marco Sturm put it this morning when we talked to him. It's a different animal here on home ice for them. Blast change, better matchups.
Puck pulled in behind the net by Podkolzin, but thrown right back out in front. Zacha was there, but taken away, and moving up through the neutral zone came Draisaitl. Podkolzin going into the right wing corner against Hampus Lindholm. Zacha pulls it out of the fray, skates it through the near circle and out to center ice. 3-on-2 here as Middlestat comes on the left wing side. Puck off to the far side corner. Around from Arvidsson to the near side. Hampus Lindholm fires a shot up off the shoulder of Ingram. Draisaitl to it in the far corner. Turns away from Middlestat, moves it into the middle. Mangiapane, long pass up the right side. Hyman all by himself over here, takes it to the right circle, and then ran into Lohrei. Threw it in front, denied there by Zacha. McDavid out near the blue line. Gives it to Nurse. Down toward the corner and a centering pass with Nugent Hopkins crashing the doorstep. Bouchard to the left point. He fires wide of the net, kicked back off the back of the cage. And Lohrei pushed it off the far boards to Zacha. Sends through the neutral zone and goes for a change. 7:05 to play here in the first period. Pass through the neutral zone. Bouchard was hanging out near the Boston blue line, but got held up. And Oilers on a delayed offside will turn and go back the other way. Minton bringing the Bruins forward. His pass off the skate of Bouchard. Just kept alive at the blue line by Pete. Sent it to the back of the net. Pasternak. Centering pass. Minton disrupted as he tried to shoot. It'll come off the near boards back to Zadorov. Pasternak at the left circle. Skating back toward the blue line. Got a pass over to Zadorov. Throws one to the net. Off of Ingram. Comes to the near side. Eyssimont back of the net. To that far circle. Pasternak into the corner. Sends it back to Peak at the right point. Pasternak on the far wall. Throws in front. Ricocheted off Minton. Comes back in behind the net. Pasternak squeezed off of it. And Bouchard fires a pass through the neutral zone looking for Savoy, but that doesn't connect. And another icing.
They're sending these, you know, when you get hemmed in your own zone, like Bruins just had a really good shift. There was kind of a broken line change, but they get hemmed in their own zone. and then they throw kind of a hope pass up there. They're trying to go through 3 or 4 bodies, trying to find somebody going up the ice. And I want to say it's 5 icings so far here in this first period by the Oilers, trying to make plays coming up the ice that are missing.
Well, and this is what we've been hoping to see from the Bruins, keeping that puck in the offensive zone and getting some chances and wearing out the opposition. Well, here's an opportunity for McDavid, as I say, that walks in, and a save made on the backhand. Swayman comes up and robs McDavid.
Yeah, off of an offensive zone faceoff following the icing. And then they get a little mixed up in the neutral zone, and this puck gets chipped up to McDavid, and he's off to the races. That was Janmark chipping that puck up to him, and he beat Swayman on a breakaway at the TD Garden not long ago when they played against one another. Tried to go to the backhand again, and Swayman stayed with him with the left pad. Same move he basically had against Swayman earlier.
Yeah, 6 minutes to go here in the period, and Swayman keeps the Bruins in front.
He doesn't need much. He's just gone.
He's so fast, and it looks so effortless. Face off to Swayman's left. Roslovic gets kicked out of the circle. Draisaitl will take his place. Geeky in there for the Bruins. And the puck will come toward McAvoy, bringing it off the near wall. Can't get it past Roslovic at the blue line. Pressing down toward the near side hash marks. Both guys tumble down.
They're going to call McAvoy for the hold. You watch this one on replay. I know you can't if you're listening, but
here's McDavid in the far corner. Edmonton getting the extra attacker on here as Elias Lindholm forced the puck out of the zone, but no possession yet. Draisaitl flips it on the right side. Roslovic walks it down the wall. Colson at the top of the right circle. Now here's McDavid, right circle, centering pass is broken up, and that'll draw the penalty. So we will watch that replay as we take a break with 5:21 to go here in the first period. Oilers will go to the power play next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2026 CR-V or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HR-V. Hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Hey hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Having the right winter tire matters. So take control of the roads this winter with a new set of Bridgestone Blizzak tires from Town Fair Tire. Town Fair has the region's largest inventory of Bridgestone tires, all at the guaranteed lowest prices you'll find anywhere. And with 100 locations, you'll find a Town Fair near you. For the guaranteed lowest price on Bridgestone Blizzak tires and the most free services for life, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic. Hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
The Pats play on the Sports Hub.
5:21 to go here in the first period. Bruins up 1-0. Second power play chance of the period coming up here for Edmonton as they call Charlie McAvoy for holding as he was battling with Roslovic.
Yeah, both. It looked like his free hand got in on him. That's the penalty they called earlier with the free hand on. Was that Hyman? They got it earlier. But Roslovic kind of leaned into it a little bit on it to make sure it looked good, but he definitely had the free hand on him.
Here come the Oilers into the offensive zone. McDavid will hand it off along the near boards to Draisaitl. Walks it down below the hash marks, gives back to Bouchard to the right point. Over to that far side now and taken away and cleared by Castellet.
Didn't realize that he could have had a 2-on-1 if he wanted to there.
Ian Corrali head off onto the bench. 30 seconds into the McAvoy penalty. Draisaitl gets back inside the Boston zone. Hyman hands off to Bouchard. Now Draisaitl with the right wing circle near side. Plays it down toward the corner. Wheeled up top here by McDavid. Over to Bouchard, top of the far circle. As Minton gets a stick in on a pass across, looking for Draisaitl. And now McDavid forced out of the zone by Minton.
Yeah, two good sticks there by Minton, right? Blocks the first pass and then gets in the way of McDavid's attempted pass across the blue line.
More changes on the PK unit. Minute to go on the power play. Draisaitl to McDavid, slips in across the line, walks right to the front of the net, stick save by Swayman, and then the second chance swept out of the crease by Aspero. A deflected shot goes wide of the near post. Draisaitl along the near wall, played into the corner, got it right back, stepping in, tried to go short side high twice. Swayman held the post. Bouchard back at the blue line. McDavid knocked off his stick. Draisaitl backhands into the corner, gets it right back. 28 seconds to go on the power play. McDavid walks it out in front, back to Bouchard. Onto the right circle for Draisaitl. McDavid from a tough angle, trying to backhand it toward the front, blocked, and Aspero will clear.
Yeah, if you get caught flat-footed, I mean, they get McDavid, it's just a short pass, but he's coming from the red line, and Draisaitl's standing at the blue line when he gives it to him. Now you're flat-footed. He just goes right by Hampus Lindholm there, and another great save by Swayman.
Carried back into the Boston zone here by Savoy. It'll get wrapped around the far side. Nurse gets over there in time to keep it in. McAvoy's out of the box to even things up. Henrique into the far corner. Gets it back to Nurse, bounded away from him, and now Kastelik's got it with a full head of steam up the right wing side. Kastelik trying to drive to the net, gets a shot in from a tough angle. Back out into the neutral ice. Lifted into the Boston zone, just out of Roslovic's reach. Pasternak will play it over to the far side. 2:53 to go here in the first period. Oilers with control of the puck. Emerson kicked it in across the blue line. Lorai held him up enough for Pasternak to take the puck, start it back out through center. He'll dump it in, but that's going to be an icing.
Yeah, he thought he could get it, whoever that was up the ice. Minton tried to dump it in off the back wall and let Minton skate into it, but Edmonton recognizes it and gets back. But Bruins just got caught flat-footed at that at the blue line, at their own blue line. McDavid walks right in from right to left, and Swayman stays with him and makes that save. And then there were a couple other opportunities from Draisaitl. He's got 11 power play goals this season, second in the league. You know who's first in the league?
In power play goals?
Yeah.
Is it McKinnon?
Wyatt Johnston.
Really?
Or Johnson? Wyatt Johnson?
Johnston. Yes, Johnston.
Looks just like you. Yeah.
Yes. He includes the T, as everyone should.
Yes.
Puck on the far boards here with Stastny coming out toward the blue line and all the way across to the near side. Harassed by Pasternak, but stays with the puck. Turns out of the corner and gives it back to the point. Emerson, puck Colson, right circle, take away by Steves. Trying to just lead it ahead for Minton, but kept in the zone. Oilers will lose it out. Bouchard back at his own blue line. 2:08 to go in the period. They regain entry. Frederick along the right wing circle against McAvoy. Brings it down into the corner. Gets shoved aside by McAvoy. Zacha backhands along for Steves. To Hampus Lindholm coming out through the center ice, and across the line they come. Arvidsson inside the Edmonton zone. Hands off for Middlestat, coming to the left circle. Scores! Casey Middlestat found some space in the offensive zone and beats Ingram from the left circle to make it 2-0.
Yeah, there's not much going on for the Bruins off of this rush. In fact, they're actually in the middle of a line change, but Edmonton backs off them. Edmonton's got 5 guys back in the zone here, and they just don't defend this very well. They lay way off of Middlestat. It's Hampus Lindholm that brings it up, gets it over to Arvidsson. He holds on to it, drops it off for Middlestat. Nobody checks him. Nobody comes over to him. McDavid's a little late getting there, and Middlestat just beats Ingram clean to the blocker side.
So 1:47 to go here in the first. Casey Middlestat gets his 9th of the year.
He had just hopped on the ice, gets the drop pass, and there's nobody there.
Bruins leading by a pair here on the road. Lindholm fired it through the neutral zone, cut off at the Edmonton blue line. McDavid will drop it back. 90 seconds to go in the period. Here comes McDavid. Gives into the middle, Nugent Hopkins. Back to McDavid, coming down the left circle, and it throws it in front, tipped up and over the net. As Hyman had that chance to redirect it.
Hyman had great chances in that game at the TD Garden. This one's he's coming in back door. Edmonton has had their opportunities this period. That's just a miss on the tip. But you've had a couple of, I mean, McDavid's been in alone twice. They've had their chances.
A minute 18 to go here in this first period. McDavid will take the face-off in the Bruins zone. Battle for it near the top of the circle. It comes to McDavid on the wall. Sends it across to the far side for Nurse. Bouchard throws it in front. Save made, and the rebound as well as Swayman covers that. Hyman again right on the doorstep.
That's where he makes his money. I mean, he's right there all the time. He's always going to go to the front of the net. Very good around that area and making himself available, making his stick available, screening the goaltender. I mean, you got 2 Oilers, 2 Bruins defenders down there as well, and Bouchard's able to get that shot all the way through.
Hyman riding a 5-game point streak with 8 points in his last 5 games, including a goal in their win in Winnipeg on Monday. Face off in the Bruins zone here, minute 7 to go in the period. One by Minton, sent toward the end wall and out in front. McDavid. Swayman comes up with another one.
Yes, Hyman wins that battle down low and is able to center it right away for McDavid, and Swayman again.
Near side corner of the Edmonton zone. Bouchard sends it over to Nurse. Back toward the near side, Bouchard. Through the neutral ice they come. Hyman in across the line. Right wing circle, McDavid moving to the slot. Drags it in front and across, and they score. I mean, that one was a thing of beauty by Connor McDavid, and it's finished off by Hyman.
Remember I was telling you that you don't want to be on the highlight reel? There's going to be a few Bruins on the highlight reel on this goal. Just unbelievable. He gets his puck. The Bruins are back in good position. Gets around Smott. He gets Lindholm. That's Elias Lindholm reaching. He just breaks through all the layers and then drops this puck off over onto the left to Swayman's right side, and Hyman's wide open. He's got a wide open net. It's scary.
There's nothing Jeremy Swayman could do on that one. He is in no position to make that save once McDavid gets that puck over there. So 40.2 to go in the period. Edmonton is on the board. 12th of the year for Zach Hyman. From the red line, it's taken away here by Draisaitl. Walks it into the Boston zone, and a shot from the right circle. And a kick saved by Swayman to keep the Bruins in the lead. Busnadinov got it across the Edmonton line, but the Oilers will control from there. 18 to go in the period. Busnadinov in the neutral zone. Minton to the left wing corner. Busnadinov gets in after it. Puck came behind the net. Pasternak tried to bank another one in, as he did earlier. Ingram got enough of this one. Roslovic coming back through the neutral zone, but we'll run out of time before the Oilers can get another chance. So the Bruins able to get them. So we get a little, hold on a second, we get a little dust up in the corner there after the horn sound with Mason Lohrei getting into it in there. Officials pulling him apart from Roslovic. And Lohrei still barking in Mangiapane's direction, that is, not Roslovic. So we'll take a break here with
It's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law. At Catches, we don't just work here, we live here. We're part of the same neighborhoods, the same schools, the same New England towns that you call home. So when life hits hard and you need someone in your corner, you deserve lawyers who truly understand what's at stake. With over 40 years of experience and more than $3 billion recovered for the people of New England, we know how to win, and we know how to fight for you. Visit catcheslaw.com today to schedule your free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless you win.
Electrical contractors, Granite City Electric has a convenient way for you to pick up and access your materials 24/7. Introducing the GCE Night Train Depot. Pick up supplies when it's convenient for you. All materials are stored safely indoors, and order size doesn't matter. It's not a locker. Best of all, it's free with over 27 Night Train Depot locations across New England. Convenience and savings all delivered to you from Granite City Electric Supply, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bruins.
Hi, this is Andrew Peak. I'm excited to be teaming up with the Shaws and Star Market Foundation this year for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck to help score a goal, a donation of $100 will be made to the Greater Boston Food Bank, up to $50,000 to help end hunger. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Shaws and Star Market, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
Driving in a Honda Wonderland.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days, where you can drive in a Honda Wonderland of your own with a great offer on a rugged new Passport, Pilot, or Ridgeline. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Passport, a 4.49% APR on a 2025 Pilot, or a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Ridgeline.
See dealer for financing details.
1877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. Hurry! It's our last chance to donate for 2025. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Donate your car today. Hurry! It's our last chance to donate for 2025.
With a crispy onion cheeseburger, fries, or drink a sundae, the new DQ Crispy Onion Cheeseburger $7 meal deal has everything you could want and more. Only at participating locations. DQ. Happy taste good.
Looking to boost your career? UMass Lowell graduates enjoy the highest mid-career salaries among all public research universities in Massachusetts. Explore UMass Lowell's graduate degrees at uml.edu/success.
The Bruins play on the Sports Hub.
Back here in Edmonton, where the Bruins have a 2-1 lead over the Oilers after one. And earlier this week, we started to look at the first half of the season. Tonight is game number 41 for the Bruins. We looked at the pluses and minuses with a positive focus on Monday. Tonight, we focus on what needs to improve as the calendar changes to 2026. And we start with something we've been talking about already tonight, too many penalties.
Yeah, he's just, we can show him, we can talk about it. I think we addressed it many times before, at one point. I think it's up to the players too a little bit.
Well, it is. I mean, there's only so much the coach can do. And, you harp on it, you tell them, and things happen quickly in games. We understand that. Sometimes you're going to get caught reaching. Sometimes it's, you get these penalties that are, I'm not going to say unnecessary, but, unnecessary. On ones where coaches like to call them lazy penalties, when you're just reaching with your stick or reaching with your arms instead of moving your feet. And, those are the ones, especially ones in the offensive zone. Those are the worst ones, right? You're 200 feet from your net and you're taking a penalty and you're putting yourself, at a disadvantage right away. But it's happened so much this year that, it's not on the coaches. It's on the players themselves. You want to be physical. You want to play a tough brand of hockey. I get all that. That's great. But it's those types of penalties that really bother the coaching staff and really kind of hurt you. You want to battle. You want to take a roughing call for, protecting the front of the net or something like that. All right, we're going to kill that. But it's some of the other ones, some of the undisciplined, I'm going to say undisciplined, lazier penalties by not moving your feet. Those are frustrating for the coaching staff and for the team. And it wears on you because you're using the same guys to kill penalties. And a guy like Pasternak and Geekie don't kill penalties. So they're sitting on the bench. You want them fresh when you go 5-on-5, but they're sitting on the bench. And if you're killing 5 and 6 penalties a game, that's less ice time for them, and guys that can hurt you offensively.
That is something that has been a massive storyline throughout the first half of the season. Something that's more out of your control is the injuries, as the Bruins have suffered through a number of important injuries. Of course, Charlie McAvoy, David Pastrnak have already missed some time. Victor Arvidsson, he's been sidelined twice already for a total of 12 games.
Yeah, obviously every injury is tough, and you don't want to go through it.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to happen, and especially with the schedule. It just, every team's going through it. So they picked the Canadian Olympic team today?
Yeah.
Right? And there's all the, talk now up here in Canada, who got snubbed, who got left off, and debates on should this guy be on, should that guy be on. I guarantee you that it's going to change.
Oh, no question.
The month of January is a busy, busy month for the amount of games that have to be played. There are going to be players that are nicked up or banged up enough where they can't participate in the Olympics, guys who have been picked for it. Unfortunately, I don't want to see it happen. I want to see the best on best, but it's going to happen because there are just so many games.
Something else that needs to improve in the second half of the season, the road record. 8-10-1. They've been much better at TD Garden. They're tied for the 5th fewest points on the road in the league this season. Thompson coming to the top of the far circle, a shot that deflects in front and scores. Now Samuelson, top of the left circle, a shot, and he scores. 3 unanswered inside the first 8 minutes of the period. And we'll put that together with the start of games. Coming into the night, the Bruins have been outscored by 7 goals in the first period this season. They've only led after 20 minutes 9 times in 40 games.
The start's got to be better, and we just, again, I feel like we are a better team when we have the lead, and especially at home. So I think that's something we addressed this morning again, and we want to get better at.
Well, they addressed it this morning. They got the lead. It was 2-0. But this game is far from over if they give McDavid chances like that, like they did here in the first period. I mean, he's flying right now, and that point streak continues now to 14 games on that highlight reel goal by Hyman. But it was all McDavid getting that puck to Hyman for the empty net goal. So they better make some adjustments here in the second period against that guy. Not easier said than done.
And one of the things that goes with that, early goals. Our friend Ty Anderson from the Hockey Show keeps track of it. 17 times this season, the Bruins have allowed a goal on one of the opponent's first 3 shots of the game. They've fallen behind early on in those games and have struggled to come back from it. That's our look at what needs some improvement from the Bruins as they enter the second half of the season coming up on Saturday. 1 period complete here in Edmonton. It's the Bruins with a 1-0 lead over the Oilers. We will check the other scores around the league next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Winter's here. Don't get caught in the cold. Book your home heating system health and safety check with Super Service today. Schedule now at superservicetoday.com.
Buy your next boat from Nauset Marine on Cape Cod. Nauset Marine specializes in Boston Whalers, Robalo, new, used, and brokerage boats. Visit them next week at the New England Boat Show or go to nausetmarine.com to view their inventory and learn more. Nauset Marine, keeping families afloat since 1961.
What's up, everybody? It's Adam and my boy Lou from Central 44 Jeep Dodge Ram of Raynham. The holidays are here and the season's heating up. During our wrap-up-the-year sales event, we're delivering a holiday deal that's an absolute touchdown. Right now, get a 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Altitude for $279 a month for 42 months with $39.95 down, 7,500 miles per year. Wrap, ready, and perfect for those holiday road trips. Central 44 is minutes from anywhere. So whether you're heading to Foxborough, Boston, or dashing around to holiday events with the kids, make sure to stop by. Tell them, Lou.
Central 44 Jeep Dodge Ram of Raynham, from our driveway to yours.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Be sure to tune in to 3 Up, 3 Down with Greg Bedard, presented by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey every Tuesday during Felger and Maz. And enjoy the game with the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. Because when it's game time, it's Tully time. Please drink responsibly. 40% alcohol by volume. 80 proof. Imported by William Grant & Sons, Incorporated, New York, New York.
The Revolution play on the Sports Hub.
Bruins with a 2-1 lead over the Oilers after 1 here in Edmonton. Let's take a look at the other action around the NHL on this New Year's Eve. Afternoon affairs. Washington with a 6-3 win over the New York Rangers. Tom Wilson named to Team Canada today. 2 goals and an assist in that one. Nashville Predators beat Vegas 4-2 the final score. Steven Stamkos with his 600th career goal. Final in overtime, the Tampa Bay Lightning 4-3 winners in Anaheim today. Took a shootout, but the Sharks beat the Minnesota Wild 4-3, the final score there. Detroit with a 2-1 victory at home tonight over the Winnipeg Jets. Their final in Columbus with the Devils getting a 3-2 victory over the Blue Jackets. Late third period, looks like Buffalo's going to win again. They have a 4-1 lead on the Dallas Stars. Second period in Colorado, it's all Avalanche. 5-0, they lead the Blues. And at the end of 1 in Calgary, the Flames have the only goal as they take on the Flyers. 2-1 Bruins after 1 here in Edmonton. We will get the second period going next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Whether you're putting together a hockey team or Ford's award-winning lineup of SUVs, a great team starts with the right players, like the iconic Ford Bronco family, with great looks and the 4x4 capability to perform on or off the ice, and the rugged Ford Explorer, with seating for 7 and room for all your gear. Check out the full lineup of award-winning Ford SUVs at your New England Ford dealers today. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins.
98.5 The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network welcome the following new partners. Your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado. TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. Blue Sky Restoration. Tune in to hear this date in history being restored by Blue Sky all season long. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com. And your Boston area Lexus dealers. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer today. From the home of the Bruins, thank you for joining our winning team.
Do you want to skate where the pros skate? Warrior Ice Arena is the official practice facility of your Boston Bruins. Our state-of-the-art facility offers a variety of skating and hockey programs for all ages and skill levels, plus public skating, hockey, and freestyle. It's the perfect place to host your next corporate event or birthday party. And yes, Bruins practices are free and open to the public. Visit us today or check out warrioricearena.com to learn more. Warrior Ice Arena. Skate where the pros skate.
Before every kickoff or first flash of the stage lights, there's The Build. At Gillette Stadium, unforgettable moments from Patriots football to world-class concerts begin with what's designed and made behind the scenes. And it starts with Autodesk. As the official design and make platform of Gillette Stadium and the New England Patriots, Autodesk helps the Craft Group reimagine how New England designs and builds for the future. Because when it's built right, anything is possible. Autodesk. Make anything. Proud partner of the New England Patriots.
Hey, it's Maz for Aaron's. Cold, windy, but there's no snow. But let me remind you that the infamous Snowmageddon year, where we got pummeled with snow, didn't start until January 26th. That's right, the weather can change on a dime, so do what I did. Be prepared with an Aaron's, the king of snow. I trust Aaron's to throw snow better and farther than any other snow throwers out there. So for you, throw back what old man winter dishes out with Aaron's, the king of snow. Visit your local independent Aaron's dealer today.
Want the lowest price on name brand tires? Town Fair Tire beats all the competition. We beat the wholesale clubs. We beat online prices. We beat all local tire dealers. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire. The Celtics play on the Sports Hub.
Bruins with a 2-1 lead over Edmonton after one. We're joined downstairs by Jonathan Aspero. Second game back from injury. Got to ask you how you've been feeling so far.
Feel pretty good. The more the game goes, the better I feel on the ice, so got to keep it going.
All right, so defensively, what is the number one goal here against Edmonton tonight?
I think it's to try to keep them on the outside. If we stay on the inside, they're going to play on the outside, and that's going to give you a good chance to win the game.
How much do you have to be aware of when 97 is out there?
Every time. As soon as he steps on the ice, he's extremely dangerous, so you got to be aware of where he's at with the speed. So really hard to play against you, for sure.
Last one for you. Coming in here, 6-game losing streak, trying to end it here tonight. How big was getting a 2-goal lead in that first period?
Really big. You got to keep the momentum going and play hard and keep going hard.
Appreciate the time. Good luck in the second.
Thank you.
All right, thanks to Jonathan Aspero for joining us. He's brought to you by TD Bank. TD cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins. Bruins take a 2-1 lead into the second period. Power play goal by David Pastrnak from Elias Lindholm and Charlie McAvoy at 7:28 of the first period got them a lead. And then Casey Middlestat scoring his 9th of the year from Victor Arvidsson and Hampus Lindholm at 18:13 to make it 2-0. Just over a minute later, though, Connor McDavid able to dance to the front of the net and set up Zach Hyman for his 12th goal of the year. McDavid and Draisaitl getting the assists at 19-19. Should mention for McDavid, that extends his now 14-game point streak with 13 goals and 21 assists, 34 points in the last 14 games. Against Draisaitl, his 57th point of the year as well.
No debate on McDavid being on the Olympic team here?
No, and I tell you what, we go around the league. I don't think you will see a bigger media scrum around one person than we saw around Connor McDavid this morning after the announcement of the Olympic roster.
But it's interesting. He's very quiet, talk when he talks. And, I mean, he's going to draw when they make him available, and he's usually available. But everybody wants to hear when he talks. Everybody wants to hear what he's got to say, and it's he's a soft-spoken guy. I know he can get fired up. We saw him in some of those shows they did on going to the Stanley Cup, and but he's so. He's just so dynamic. What a period he just had. And the Bruins still have the lead, which is amazing.
Here's Henrique into the Bruins zone. Sent one in front, knocked away by McAvoy.
Well, McAvoy was under pressure. He turned it over, but he makes a good defensive play right there.
Arvidsson turned over the blue line, but Jones brought it out of the zone and then sent it back in on a delayed offside. Pass out of the zone, ricochets away from Arvidsson. Bruins going from left to right as we get this second period started. We played off the far wall. Middlestat tried to get it forward. Regula will dump it in toward Swayman, who stops it at the back of the net. Around the near side and picked up at the hash marks by Arvidsson. Leaves it behind now. McAvoy over to the far side, and he gets dumped in by Zadorov from the red. All the way around the near boards. Ekholm dropped it back into the far corner. Bouchard took a hit from Minton, and they're going to get Minton on a penalty here. As Ekholm dumps in from the red line, it'll go around the far side, touched up by Hampus Lindholm. And high sticking is the indication. I'm going to say Minton got the stick up.
Yeah, Minton's not a guy that takes a lot of penalties. He's just trying to finish his hit, it looked like, and finish the play. And he's having a conversation with the referees. He goes to the box. You see these, the high sticks sometimes. Every player in the league, and not just other teams, but the Bruins do it too, where you throw your head back, when you get hit. Even if it's close. Minton's got one hand on his stick, and then he goes to finish the hit. Really hard to tell from the replay that we saw, if he got his stick up or Bouchard embellished it.
So power play number 3 on the night for the Oilers. Bouchard gives it to Nugent Hopkins on the left wing side. Over to the far side, McDavid to Draisaitl in the corner. Return pass came out into the slot. Nugent Hopkins pushes it back to Bouchard. Here's McDavid, left circle, throws it in front off Hyman and off of Swayman.
Swayman left pad save on Hyman.
Bouchard at the center of the blue line. Draisaitl top of the right circle. Shot blocked by Zadorov. Draisaitl hands it right back into the corner. on that far circle. They work it back to Bouchard to the right point. Draisaitl now out near the blue line. Head fake. Steps toward the near side. Now walks it down the wall. Right to the face-off dot. McAvoy blocked a centering pass. Loose puck along the near boards. Kastelik gets there first, and all the way down it goes. A minute 8 to go on the power play for the Oilers. Bouchard brings it out toward the red line, drops it back. Here comes McDavid with a full head of steam. In across the line. Nugent-Hopkins gets a pass on the left wing side. Bouchard along the blue line. Nugent-Hopkins back to him, center to the blue line. Now Nugent-Hopkins again. Left circle, McDavid walks right to the front. Poke check by Swayman, and the free puck is grabbed and wrapped around the near side by Elias Lindholm all the way down.
Strong to the front of the net from that left wing side off to the right of Swayman. Swayman gets the paddle down to make sure he can't make that move in front.
33 to go on the Minton penalty. Bouchard brings out across his own blue line. Fires a pass ahead. Roslovic, left circle shot. Saves Swayman. Covers it up.
I mean, Swayman is locked in right now. He's had an outstanding start to this game. First period, now the beginning of the second, having to kill a power play. You know, the goal that was scored, absolutely no chance. It's just McDavid doing McDavid stuff. And he's made some big saves.
Oilers with 17 shots through the first 22 minutes and change of this one.
It's not the amount of shots. It's the quality of shots.
Yeah, exactly. Here is McAvoy getting it clear through Nurse. Sent down the ice with 15 to go on the power play. Ekholm takes it toward the far side. Brought into the neutral zone. Henrique will step in across the line, handing it off along the near side boards. Zadorov nearly took away. Instead, it comes behind the net. Savoy got it back to Nurse. Far point. Throws it in front. Off Zadorov. Came to Roslovic, and he missed it up over the net. Off the back glass.
Tried to go short side high.
Power play is over. Bruins have killed off 3 in a row tonight.
Yeah, you don't want to keep doing that, though.
No.
And midnight, like I said, we didn't get a good look at the replay, so not sure, but I mean, you take a penalty, that's 200 feet from your net.
Here's Pasternak coming in across the Edmonton line. Stops along the far wall. Sends it across. Aspero right circle. Stepping in. Shot. Save Ingram. Rebound chance by Husnudinov. And I'm not sure how that one doesn't go.
Well, he's made a couple of great saves. I mean, you know, Swayman's been busier, but Ingram's made some big saves, even though 2 have gotten by him. This is a shot that comes from the right point. Aspero is actually in almost at the dot. And Husnudinov tries to get to this rebound. Not sure if he got it or if Ekholm might have gotten a piece of him before he was able to get to it. And then Ingram recovers and gets to the rebound. I don't think Husnudinov ever got a stick on it. It's a good shot by Aspero. Creates the rebound and creates the battle in front.
Connor Ingram, an interesting story. Won the Masterton Trophy a couple of years ago when he was with Arizona/Utah. He had taken time away because of some mental health issues, came back strong from that, played 50 games that year. Has made his way now to the Oilers organization. Spent most of the season so far down in their AHL affiliate in Bakersfield.
His numbers are not good down there.
No.
And I know people say, you know, don't look at numbers in the American Hockey League. It's not going to reflect how maybe a goaltender is playing. You're playing with some younger guys in the developing, I should say, development league. And
here's Geekie coming into the right circle of the shot that gets blocked by Emberson.
Even good goaltenders don't have good numbers down there. When you get up here and you're with, you know where guys are going to be. You know you can trust them in certain areas, and it's not always the case with Edmonton, but you know it's or Boston for that matter right now. But you know, you come up and you play with better players, all of a sudden.
Bruins get whistled for an icing here.
You get exposed too. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying you still have to play well. You have to control that. But he's been through a lot. We couldn't even scratch the surface on knowing exactly what he's been through. But you know he's taking a leave of absence. You're going through something.
His numbers down in Bakersfield, as you said, 4.04 goals against average. But up here, this is his 4th start. He's 2-1, 2.35, 915 save percentage at the NHL level.
And I mean, they make the trade for Tristan Jarry, and he gets hurt against the Bruins.
Pass across the ice here for Bouchard along the left wing circle of the Bruins zone. McDavid trying to get around Pasternak, steps to the side of the net, goes around behind, throws it out in front, and Swayman kicks that away.
That's tough to be isolated there for Pasternak. You know, he needs some help there for anybody, but especially a forward, an offensive forward trying to play D against McDavid when he's got some space in that offensive zone.
Draisaitl's pass got redirected into the Edmonton bench. Draw a whistle with 15-17 to go here in the period.
Yeah, that's, you know, the system that the Bruins play, the system they used to play, Pasternak would just hand him off to the defenseman there. But now they're trying to play a little bit more of a man-on-man. At least they call it a hybrid, but a little bit more of a man-on-man. He gets isolated with him. That's a mismatch.
Face-off win here by Draisaitl. Ekholm coming down into the left wing corner against Arvidsson. Turns it back on the hash mark near side. Pressed it back toward the corner. Knocked away from Mangiapane, and Bruins will clear. Hampus Lindholm sends it ahead. Here's Zakin across the line. Centering pass. Arvidsson coming in front. And a backhander goes wide as Ingram came sliding out. But a penalty coming up.
Yeah. Arvidsson makes a nice move, and Zacha can take that shot if he wants to, but he's going to make the pass over to Arvidsson. Arvidsson coming from the right wing side. He gets that puck, and he's a right shot. He tries to go to the backhand right in front of Ingram, and I think they're going to call Draisaitl for it, or no.
Bouchard.
Bouchard for it, okay. He's coming back, Bouchard is. He gets beat initially. He didn't do anything. What did Bouchard do?
I don't know.
They're calling for a hug. It was one hand on his stick, and they got him on the hand. That's okay. They're looking for it. Yep, I stand corrected. Even though he only had one hand on his stick, he reached in and he got the hand of Arvidsson.
Arvidsson.
At first, I didn't think he did a whole lot.
First game back here in Edmonton. Spent last year as an Oiler. As Pasternak sends one in front here.
Gotta get back.
Gates of Geeky, and Edmonton coming forward here shorthanded. On the left wing side, drop pass by Savoy, and Henrique gets one on Swayman, who makes the save. McAvoy's got it at the near circle. Boston going from left to right. Minute 35 to go on the power play.
They gave him a slashing call.
One-handed slash.
No, it was a hook if it was anything.
Here's McAvoy at the left point. On to Pasternak off the half wall. Back to McAvoy. Under pressure, was able to get it on to Geeky, right wing side. Sends it all the way across. Pasternak throws it on goal. Got the rebound to Geeky near side, and Ingram comes up with that one.
I think it hit. Is that Nurse? Nope.
Here's a centering pass for Lindholm. Got through. McAvoy over to Pasternak for a one-timer off the back wall.
Stastny blocked that shot by Geeky.
Near circle, McAvoy's pass is taken away and cleared by Stastny.
Yeah, he might have caught that like in the arm or the hand or something. He was trying to shake that off.
50 seconds to go on the power play. Fraser Minton brings the Bruins forward. Left wing pass ricochets away from Steves, but he chases it down along the end board. Middlestat got it to Hampus Lindholm near the high slot. Played it into the far corner to try to keep it away from McDavid, and Edmonton able to send it all the way down to Swayman instead. 30 seconds to go on the power play. Minton coming through the center ice circle, cutting to the right wing side. Tried to give it over there to Middlestat. Got caught up in traffic, and it's cleared back down. 15 to go on the power play. Swayman plays it away from Henrique. Arvidsson gets it from Hampus Lindholm. Carries it through center. Across the line. On the left side, here's Minton. From the hash marks. Off the boards to Lindholm. Steps down the wall. Throws it in front and scores! Just as Bouchard was coming out of the penalty box, Hampus Lindholm with a seeing eye shot, and the Bruins grab a 3-1 lead.
Yeah, not back into the play yet for Bouchard, and the Bruins will get an even strength goal, but this one's got eyes, right? You get into the zone, move the puck over to the left wing side. You know, Lindholm's going to get involved from the point. Just a little drop pass there from Minton, and Lindholm's, I mean, he's all the way over against the boards, right at the top of the circle against the boards when he risks this puck towards the net. And for all the good saves that Ingram's made, oh, did it deflect? Might have gone off of an Oiler on the way in.
He was trying to look around Arvidsson as well.
Arvidsson had a good screen on him, but I'm wondering if that puck may have gone off an Oiler on the way in. Or Arvidsson right in front of Ingram on this play. He never sees a shot.
So it's 12:55 to go here in the second. Bruins up 3-1. As the puck will get dumped in here towards Swayman, stops into the back of the net. Around the near side wall, Kastelik plays out into the neutral ice. Dragged up the right side by Asamon, forced it toward the corner. Corrali gets to it first. Surrounded by a couple of Oilers. Got it toward Asamon, tried to turn and fire. Instead, it's Kastelik on the far circle, taking off his stick, and McDavid will bring it up the right wing side here for Edmonton. Lindholm trying to force him wide. A centering pass gets tapped on toward the near side and played back toward the middle by Ekholm, but the Bruins will get it cleared. Here's Kastelik taking one away just outside the Edmonton line, but Asamon would have been offside, so he had to hold up. McDavid has it back now at center ice. Steps to the Boston line, lost it, and here comes Steves up through the neutral zone. To the right wing side and into the corner. Around behind the net, chased by Nurse. Off the far wall, back to Lorai, who fires one wide. Peak will play it back in deep. All the way around to the far side, and Lorai throws one in from a wide angle. Saved by Ingram. Off the far boards. Kept alive by Steves. His shot kicked back toward Peak, who fires one just wide as Geekie got wiped out in front. Steves far side boards to keep alive. Goes toward the corner. Now Geekie backhanded off the side of the net. Peak's got it. His shot gets redirected and goes wide of a sprawling Ingram.
I'd like to see McDavid play in his own zone right now.
Peak to Lorai. Over to the far side. Pasternak coming to the high slot. His shot blocked by Regula. Peak into the far corner to try to keep alive. Tried to send it back, and it's turned over. And the Oilers coming forward. McDavid coming right down the middle, but the pass is broken up with a back-checking Lorai.
Those guys are dead tired, and the Bruins turn that puck over in the offensive zone. They chip it by. Lorai over on the left side, and now it's a 2-on-1.
Just under 11 minutes to play here in the period. 3-1, Bruins have the lead. Oilers with possession in their own zone. It'll get dumped in from the red line. Around Swayman it comes to the near side. McAvoy gets it back out towards center. Stastny is there. Emberson played it ahead toward his attacking blue line. Trying to dump in was Janmark. McAvoy winds up with the puck over to Zadorov, the far side. Clears it out. Emberson's got it, had it tied up in front of the Oiler bench. Now they get back into the attack zone. Roslovic along the near wall. They work it back to Stastny for a long shot, and that one's steered away by Swayman. Back of the net. McAvoy trying to keep away from Roslovic. Roslovic pivots into the far corner with possession. Turns back toward that far side circle. Hands off, and Jones tried to shoot. That one's smothered.
He broke his stick.
And Zadorov coming back through the neutral ice. Throws a 60-footer wide of Ingram and heads off on a change. Past the midway point of this one, Bruins leading 3-1. Jones streaking into the Bruins zone to try to get a puck off of Karam near the side of the Boston net. Near corner, Zacha. Hampus Lindholm trying to get it back to him. It's picked off. Zacha able to regain just outside the Boston zone. Far side wall, Middlestad and Arvidsson. Right at the Edmonton line. They can't get it across. Zacha will play it back to center ice. Hampus Lindholm to Aspero and a dump in. Ingram got it on to Ekholm. Now Henrique coming into the neutral zone, and across the Boston line he comes. Plays it all the way around to the far side. Hampus Lindholm is there. Up the left wing wall, Arvidsson. Arvidsson steps in across the line. Here's Middlestad, right circle, throws one in front, gets directed up off the far glass. Arvidsson back to Lorai, center of the blue line. Shot got redirected. Middlestad had it slip away from him. And it'll get cleared. Lorai plays it over to Kastelik on the far side wall at center ice and dumps in. 8:40 to go here in the second. Colson gave it away at the blue line. Corrali throws one to the net that's gloved by Ingram to draw a whistle. And Asamon and Henrique exchange some shots after the whistle. Draws a crowd deep in the Edmonton zone. They'll take a timeout with 8:32 to go here in the second period. It's the Bruins 3 and the Oilers 1 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
No time of the year sounds better than the holidays. We look forward to the opening of new presents, heading out with family to see holiday lights, then racing back home to enjoy a traditional family meal. Or sometimes running back out to grab the last-minute gift. Get into the holiday spirit during the Lexus December to Remember sales event. Get offers on select models now through January 5th. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you can put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Have you tried the good stuff yet? I'm talking about Good Stuff Smokehouse, New England's #1 authentic barbecue. This destination barbecue is going to keep you coming back again and again, from fall off the bone ribs, perfectly smoked burn ends, and all the fixings. You got to try the good stuff. Head to goodstuffsmokehouse.com to see the full menu.
Ski season is here. Before you hit the slopes, don't forget to stop by Country Ski and Sport and get the equipment and service you need to make the most out of this winter. Bring your skis in to take advantage of our $79.95 tune-up special to get your skis waxed and sharpened. Stop by one of our stores in Quincy, Hanson, or Westwood, or shop online at countryski.com.
This is Boston's home for sports.
Bruins fans, the 2026 Pucks and Pups calendar is here. The calendar features your favorite Bruins players and their furry best friends and is the perfect way to start planning for the new year. Visit BostonProShop.com or stop by the Pro Shop powered by 47 at the Hub on Causeway and grab yours and support the Bruins Foundation and MSPCA Angel. 3-1 Bruins lead, 8:32 to go here in the second period on New Year's Eve in Edmonton. As off of the face-off, puck comes behind the net, and Nurse will play it out of the Edmonton zone. Here the red line. They battle to a side. Mangiapane will force it into the Boston end, and Swayman waiting for it to get to the trapezoid. Couldn't play it. Centering pass.
We already saw that penalty called once today.
Yeah, Ingram took one in the first period.
Led to a goal. Why would a whistle go?
Sure, is that... They say that puck was touched with a high stick.
It did, but Edmonton touched it. The Bruins had the high stick, and then Edmonton touched the puck.
There's some of the players kind of looking confused at the linesman there.
Oh, they should.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
Face it off just outside the Boston blue line. Hinton against Draisaitl on this face-off. Linesman from the far side coming over to...
Pasternak a little whack there on the face-off. You've been in trade rumors, huh? Mangiapane? They're still... Now he's going at it with Minton.
The puck goes out of play here, and Mangiapane grabs Minton by the collar and gives him a little left jab.
Yeah.
Linesman jumps between them there.
Yeah, he's had a couple decent seasons, you know, but slow start here. A lot of talk about trades, trying to create some more cap space flexibility for him. Pasternak got the stick in there pretty good on him as he was trying to get it on the forecheck, but they were whacking each other, and then he goes after Minton, and yeah, a couple jersey jab.
And Mangiapane came over here as a free agent over the offseasons. 2-year deal worth $3.6 million per after spending last year with the Capitals.
Yeah, and he had played with Calgary before that. And capable.
He had a 35-goal season 1 year in Calgary. The only time he scored more than 18 in the season. As the puck gets cleared here by Pasternak. Up the near side, Elias Lindholm and Nurse came together. Nurse went down. The Oilers are going to get whistled for and icing here. And McAvoy a little slow in getting up inside the Bruins zone. Hopefully nothing to that. And looks like he's all right.
Pasternak and Mangiapane still talking.
We'll bring the faceoff back to the Edmonton zone here with 7:49 to go in the period. Elias Lindholm will take the faceoff. Pasternak with he and Geeky here. Set to drop it right circle to our right. Off the draw, but came back into the circle, and it'll be controlled by the Oilers. Behind the net goes Regula. Played up the right side, directed deep by Podkolzin. Swayman stops it behind the net. Out of the far corner, Geekie gets the pass from Hampus Lindholm. Carries to neutral ice. Left wing side, Pasternak just inside the line. Here's Geekie, left wing circle. Tried to get it in front, redirected wide. It'll be thrown back out of the zone. Bouchard coming through center ice. Plays it back toward the near side of the ice, and Pasternak is back to play it there, off the back of the net, and into the far corner. Send it up the wall. Bouchard there to hold in. Oilers try to get reset here as Nugent Hopkins' effort to get it to the front of the net gets blocked. He turns against Hampus, gets it back to the point. Bouchard onto Ekholm. Near side. Played it down the wall. Grabbed out of the air by McDavid. Trying to turn into the near circle. There's Hyman right in front. And the stop by Swayman, but a penalty coming on the play. So with 6:51 to go here in the second period, Bruins will go shorthanded once again. Slashing is the indication. And it looks as though it's Geekie who's being directed toward the penalty box. So we'll step aside. 6:51 to go in the second. 3-1 Bruins on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2026 CR-V or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HR-V. Hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Good news, homeowners. Over the last 5 years, home values have increased more than 40%. Bad news, homeowners. Some of you haven't adjusted your insurance to cover your home's increased value, which means a natural disaster could also be a financial disaster. Relax, people. Talk to an independent agent about safety insurance. They'll make sure you have the coverage you need today to ensure a happy tomorrow. Safety insurance will help you manage life storms.
This year's Farmer's Almanac warns of a harsh, super snowy winter. So take control of the wet, snowy, and icy conditions with a new set of Bridgestone winter tires from Town Fair Tire at the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, Town Fair gives you the most free services for life with your purchase of Bridgestone winter tires. For the guaranteed lowest price on Bridgestone winter tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic. Hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Boston Sports Talk, the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Station.
Fourth power play of the night getting underway here for Edmonton. 6:45 to go in the second period. Bruins with a 3-1 lead. Draisaitl hits the outside of the net from the near corner. Puck around the far boards. Bouchard just kept it in at the line. McDavid to Draisaitl. Bottom of the far circle is centering pass. Nugent Hopkins crashing the net. But Corrali was there.
He starts out high, then he darts through the net on that backside.
McDavid down low. Nugent Hopkins centering pass. Came back to Bouchard. Far circle. And from that bottom of that far circle, Draisaitl's effort was deflected away from the net. McDavid going to drag it back in offside after a quick clear.
Guys are trying to get out of the zone, and he's anxious. He wants to go. He wants to go north in a hurry. Yeah, so Giga gets a slash. You got to do it with McDavid a little bit on that shift as well. That last shift before he gets the penalty. That kind of a one-handed slash on the hand of Ekholm.
Face off here outside the Boston blue line. Minute 25 to go on that penalty to Geekie. As Bouchard comes back toward his own line. Edmonton moving from right to left here in the second period. Bruins have killed off 3 so far tonight. Bouchard circles through his own zone. Brings it up the right side. Tried to hand it off at the red line, and Minton was there to bat it away, and McAvoy sends it back into the Edmonton end.
Minton's had a good stick on several occasions here today.
Bouchard starting up from his own zone. Here's Nugent Hopkins through the neutral ice on the left wing side. McDavid with a step coming down, trying to go short side on Swayman, who made the stop. McDavid's got it at the top of the far circle, comes all the way to the near circle, knocked off his stick by Corrali.
I was actually surprised McDavid didn't take that puck strong to the net, settled for the shot.
Corrali clears one off the far glass. Everyone on the Edmonton bench was ducking. It was headed that way.
There's no glass in front of that bench, Ryan, and including the linesman. It almost hit his head.
Puck into the neutral zone. McDavid back to the Boston line. Gets bumped off stride by Kastelik. Puck cleared.
If you can just bump him. You know, you can take him off stride a little bit, but it's easier said than done. Exactly. It's
7 seconds to go on the Edmonton power play. Ekholm sends it toward the back of the net. Near circle. Minton clears. And that'll do it for the penalty. So Geeky's out. Bruins 4 for 4 tonight now.
It's too many.
Good playing with fire every time. Hampus Lindholm gets it back from Peak. Pass to the near side. Zaka had to turn back for it. Ticking down toward 4.5 minutes to go here in the second period. Zaka got tangled up as he approached the Edmonton blue line from the back. He'll backhand it from the red now, just inside the zone. Geeky able to corral a loose puck. Here's Zaka back toward Geeky, goes off to the far side. Lorai winds and fires, and that one goes off the back glass. Ricochets out toward the right point, and Aspero is there. Zaka to Pasternak near circle. Here's Zaka again, back up top. Pasternak for a 60-foot drive, and that one blocked. Near corner, Zaka gets it back to Pasternak, coming down the right wing circle. He gets bumped off balance. Geeky got a stick on it, but now it gets cleared, and Aspero near the red line will take it toward the far side and dump in. Rolled over the stick of Ingram in behind the net. Zaka took a heavy hit but moved the puck. Pasternak sent it out in front off of Ingram. Same play he scored on earlier. Zaka crossing pass, gets batted on to McAvoy. Around behind the net it goes, and the Oilers will regain. Played out into the neutral ice. Zadorov. That one hit the linesman along the near side wall as he tried to push it back through center. It'll be McAvoy taking a hit from Frederick. We got the puck onto Elias Lindholm. Right wing side for Arvidsson. But taken back here by the Oilers as Emberson will leave it behind his own net. 3:07 to go in the period. Pass towards center ice. Arvidsson gets in there against Emberson.
They keep trying that long pass. You know, even Bruins get set up in that 1-2-2. We've seen a few icings from that. And a little impatient there trying to throw that puck up the ice. It was easily picked off by Arvidsson.
There's a giveaway on the far side boards. Corrali got it over to Hampus Lindholm for a drive. Save made, and the rebound kicked back toward Ingram, who covers it up. Take a break with 2:40 to go here in the second period. It's the Bruins with a 3-1 lead on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 48 years straight. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers. Your New England Ford dealers, a proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
TD Bank's here for an assist with a special checking and savings account offer for new customers. Perfect for fans of the Bruins. Learn more at td.com/garden offer or stop by any TD Bank location in New England. Terms and eligibility apply. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Bruins.
Hey hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at timbertech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders and new sauces. So whether you're a creamy ranch girly or a new Wendy's signature stand, you can dip to your heart's content. Now let's wrap this up because I got to dip. I want to try these new tenders. For tendies you're going to know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's.
Champions play here. The Sports Hub.
Bruins with a 3-1 lead. Most recent goal, the only goal of the period. Hampus Lindholm's third, set up by Fraser Minton and Victor Arvidsson with those feeds. The Shaws and Star Market Foundation donates another $200 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help fight food insecurity. Learn more about feeding the puck for families at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck. It's 2 assists on the night for Arvidsson. Goal and an assist for Hampus. Just about 2.5 minutes to go here in the second period. Edmonton trying to bring through neutral ice. Draisaitl cutting across the right side to get around Eyssimont, but Eyssimont recovers along with Hampus and clears it back down ice.
Better neutral zone that time. They've been better in this period. Edmonton still had a couple of opportunities, but they've been better in this period. The Bruins have. Trying to slow McDavid down, trying to slow everybody down, but especially him. He was highlight reel in the first period.
Gets wrapped all the way around the near side. Kastelik over here to chop it away from Mangiapane. Up into the Edmonton zone. Eyssimont putting some pressure on Nurse. Gula sent it up the far wall. Kastelik, good hit over there, but Oilers clear the zone. Eyssimont knocks one away at the red line, but Podkolzin skates onto it. Crossing past Nurse has it taken away as he tried to find the handle. Pasternak coming ahead with Minton. Pasternak down the right wing circle, drags it in front, tried to go back across. They score! It's Aspero! Jonathan Aspero with his second of the season makes it 4-1 Bruins.
Well, you ask your defenseman to jump up into the play and create offense that way, making a 4-man attack. But when they move this puck over to Nurse in the offensive zone, he can't find the handle on it. The Bruins create the turnover. It's Aspero that starts the rush going the other way. It's a 2-on-1 going down the ice here, and it's Pasternak coming down the right side. He's got Minton on the left side. Now, Pasternak holds this puck. He gets a defenseman to slide. He pulls it, drags it around his stick, and then tries to make the pass to Aspero. Goes off of a stick, goes off the left skate of Ingram, and Aspero stays right with it and is able to chip this puck home. That was Regula was the only guy back, and he slides, and Pasternak takes that puck around him, and Aspero feels good about that one, especially after the penalty he took the other night against Calgary.
So the Bruins with a 3-goal lead as we approach 90 seconds to go in the second period. Here's Husnudinov on the left wing circle, throws one in front. It'll be cleared out of there by Nugent Hopkins. Up the right side goes Hyman inside the Boston zone, try to turn. Husnudinov takes away and gets it back out. McDavid. Give and go, gets him in across the line. Going right to the front of the net. Swayman stops him again and covers it up.
If you're flat-footed, you're dead. And they catch. McDavid gets that speed. He picks it up just inside, just before the red line. And now he's got speed. And Zadorov is a little flat-footed. He's able to get a piece of McDavid. But he just, when he gets flying, he got it actually right at the blue line. He got a little pass there, but he was already in full flight when he got the pass.
And Jeremy Swayman has come up huge against him a number of times tonight. Minute 6 to go here in the second. Face-off win by Elias Lindholm in the near corner. Puck behind the net. Hampus sends it around the far side. It will kick all the way down into Edmonton territory. Bouchard back with a step on Geekie. Turns back up ice.
Don't chase him behind him like that.
Bouchard will come all the way to the Boston line. His tried a shot straight on that gets blocked and goes out of play.
You know, you get a good offensive defenseman. If you chase behind the net, he's just coming out the other side. Now he's got all kinds of room coming up the ice, and better off keeping him back there and keeping him flat-footed and standing still.
Bouchard is certainly that.
Well, he's not the fastest guy, but he's but it's for any defenseman. Yeah. But he's a great puck mover.
Face off in the near circle, the Bruins zone. 48.8 on the clock here in this second period. Elias Lindholm got kicked out of the circle, so Geekie stands in against Draisaitl. Pete complaining that McDavid's in the
Draisaitl and McDavid
in the
out
circle.
here for this this last 44 seconds.
Puck will be cleared out of the zone here by Steves.
You might see them together in the third period. We saw that happen before, like last year in this building.
Yes.
After 2 periods, they were down by 1 or 2, and they put those guys together.
And they came back and won the game.
Yes.
McDavid to Draisaitl, back to McDavid on the left side. Steps down the left wing circle, trying to center. Blocked by Elias Lindholm, forced him into the corner. 18 to go in the period. Ekholm over to Bouchard to the right point. On to Ekholm again, near side. They try to work to McDavid to the far, or the near circle rather, and Elias Lindholm broke that up. Ekholm trying to get it in front. Hampus takes away, and Steves will come out through center ice. Final seconds of the period will tick off, and the Bruins will head to the room with a 3-goal lead at the end of 40 minutes here on the road as they try to snap this 6-game losing streak and get the first win of this road trip. We'll be back to recap the first 40 minutes coming up next. 4-1 Bruins lead on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Engines rev, are you listening?
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days, where you can drive in a Honda wonderland of your own with a great offer on a fun-to-drive new Accord, Civic, CR-V, or HR-V. Hurry into your local Honda dealer and experience the wonder of Happy Honda Days with a great deal on your favorite Honda today.
Driving in a Honda wonderland. See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Electrical contractors, do you travel to job sites every morning wondering when your materials will arrive? Granite City Electric Supply can change that feeling and have your crews working first thing every morning. Use the GCE Night Train. Overnight delivery guaranteed by 6 a.m. to most job sites throughout New England. Or pick up at one of 27 GCE Night Train depot locations, providing convenient 24/7 access to materials for pickup on your schedule. Granite City Electric, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law. At Catches, we don't just work here, we live here. We're part of the same neighborhoods, the same schools, the same New England towns that you call home. So when life hits hard and you need someone in your corner, you deserve lawyers who truly understand what's at stake. With over 40 years of experience and more than $3 billion recovered for the people of New England, we know how to win, and we know how to fight for you. Visit catcheslaw.com today to schedule your free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless you win.
It's a winter classic unlike anything you've ever seen.
It's going to be a little bit different.
The Broadway Blue Shirts head south.
It's going to be cool playing against 2-time Stanley Cup winner.
To take on the Florida Panthers.
To be able to play a winter classic in Miami, it's pretty crazy. It's going to be an experience that never happened before.
I'm looking forward to the energy that it brings. This is going to be awesome. The 2026 Discover NHL Winter Classic. Rangers Panthers. Friday at 7 on TNT.
Having the right winter tire matters. So take control of the roads this winter with a new set of Bridgestone Blizzak tires from Town Fair Tire. Town Fair has the region's largest inventory of Bridgestone tires, all at the guaranteed lowest prices you'll find anywhere. And with 100 locations, you'll find a Town Fair near you. For the guaranteed lowest price on Bridgestone Blizzak tires and the most free services for life, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
I'm Jen Harper, the founder of Cheekbone Beauty. We grew the brand to like $1 million from a corner of my basement. I don't feel like I'm technology savvy whatsoever, but companies like Shopify exist, so you can literally build a website in an evening. I really look at it like the sort of the level of the playing field, and Shopify just made it like foolproof. It was so easy. I don't think I could ever go work for anyone else ever again. We're Cheekbone Beauty, and we're powered by Shopify.
The game is on the Sports Hub.
Crossing past Nurse has it taken away as he tried to find the handle. Pasternak coming ahead with Minton. Pasternak down the right wing circle, drags it in front, trying to go back across. They score! It's Aspero! Jonathan Aspero with his second of the season makes it 4-1 Bruins. That is our score as we hit the second intermission here in Edmonton. Bruins with a 4-1 lead here over the Oilers. They have played with fire a number of times tonight defensively. Jeremy Swayman has come up huge when they've needed him to, and they have been able to capitalize on their chances in the offensive zone.
Well, it's been basically a one-man show for the Edmonton Oilers from the opportunity standpoint, right? I mean, it all stems from 97. It all stems from McDavid. When he's got the puck on his stick, he's electric, and he's caught the Bruins flat-footed on several occasions here today, and been able to get a couple of steps on guys and get to the net. And the goal that was the only goal that the Edmonton Oilers scored here today was all McDavid.
Yeah.
You know, giving the puck to Hyman with an empty net because he beats 2 or 3 guys on the way in. You know, and Swayman has stopped him, 4 or 5 times here today? He's gotten in alone behind the defense, behind the forwards and the defense on several occasions here today. So it has been, you know, from Edmonton's standpoint, a lot of the chances have stemmed from him. You know, Draisaitl is going to get his opportunities, and some of the other guys are going to get some opportunities as well. But a lot of it is coming off of his stick. And for the Bruins standpoint, they got better in the second, I thought. There were still a couple of occasions where he got behind them and caught them flat-footed, but they were better in the second. And now they have to finish this thing off the right way. It's not over. I'm very curious to see whether they put, I'm talking about Edmonton, if Knobloch puts McDavid, Draisaitl, and Hyman together as a line here in the third period. They're going to double shift. They're going to play every other shift, or every third at least, you know, until the game gets down, and then they'll play even more. It's fun to watch. It's not fun to be a defenseman against him. It's not fun to be a forward against him if you're isolated on him, and that happened on a couple of occasions. But you know, give the Bruins credit. You know, they've been opportunistic at the other end. Swayman's been outstanding here in this game. They've killed the penalties that they've taken. Now they've got to make sure that they keep their sticks to themselves here in this third period and not take those penalties because, like you said, playing with fire is the right way to put it. It's only a matter of time. The number 1 power play in the NHL, you know, you put them on the power play 5 times, my guess is they're going to score at least one of them.
Yeah, they're 0 for 4 so far tonight.
Exactly.
Like you've gotten away with it so far.
Well, gotten away with it, but done a good job as well.
No, they have done a nice job of killing it. But it, as you said, you give them enough chances, you're guaranteed you're going to see one.
Yeah, and it's funny, you know, offensively, you know, you look down at the score sheet and you see a guy has like a goal and an assist, and then, you know, you look at the overall game and, well, he didn't have a very good game, you know. Yeah. Like, sometimes that happens, you know. You just get lucky, you get fortunate. You know, you get beaten a couple times at the other end, all of a sudden you end up with a goal and an assist. I think that happens to Bouchard a lot, actually. But, you know, I can remember just, like, I had a game in the American Hockey League, and I had a hat trick. My only hat trick in my pro career, but it was American Hockey League. And we get on the bus after the game, and the coach is like, you know, I know you had the hat trick and all, but your game before was way better than this one. You weren't very good tonight. I'm like, I know, you know, I realize that. But sometimes it happens that way, and I think that's the case with a couple of guys on the Bees here tonight.
Well, talking about McDavid, he has 8 shots on goal through the first 40 minutes, 8 out of the 24 that Edmonton has.
And how many has he created?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the shots that other guys have taken, you know, probably, you know, a handful of them are off of his stick as well.
It's been a clinic. It's been a clinic. You see why he's leading the league in scoring. You see how good he can be. You see, we don't get to see him every day, and it's a shame. I mean, you see him on highlights, and obviously those are the good things.
Right? We'll see him on highlights again tonight.
Yeah, we're going to see him when we get into Vancouver here tonight. Exactly, and you know, some of the guys will be cringing when they watch some of the highlights here tonight, but he does it to everybody. So, you know, he's like a Jordan, right? You know, he's going to get his point. Jordan's going to get his points. McDavid's going to get his points, and you just try to maybe eliminate everybody else, you know, and hope you win a game. But that didn't work for most teams when they played against the Bulls. So, yeah, exactly. You know, he's just too good to stop some nights, and he's having one of those nights here today. The guy that's stopping him right now is Swayman.
Yeah. And sometimes that's what it takes, right?
Yes.
When you're up against a top talent like this, and when you're riding a 6-game losing streak, sometimes you need your goaltender to stand up and take it for you.
I thought he did a great job the other day against Calgary too. Gave his team a really good opportunity to win. Unfortunate events at the end. Now you still have a lot of work to do here. It's 4-1. That looks great, and you've been good in the third periods. You know, you had the one blemish in overtime or shootout, whatever it was that they lost. But other than that, they've been perfect in that area. But this team is explosive offensively, and if you let up for a minute, this is a whole different game.
So it is a 4-1 lead for the Bruins over the Oilers at the end of 2 periods here in Edmonton. Time now for our music of the game, brought to you by Live Nation.
Lay it on the line.
Canadian rock icons Triumph return to the road for the first time in 35 years. See them at Leader Bank Pavilion Saturday, June 6th. Get your tickets now at livenation.com. We'll check the other action around the NHL next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Hey, Rodenizer Home Services is heating things up. 5 lucky homeowners could win a brand new high-efficiency gas furnace completely free. If your furnace is 10 years or older, head to Rodenizer.com/5 free furnaces to enter. No purchase necessary. Rules online.
Hey, it's Felger here, and if surgery is recommended for your injured joint, I recommend calling Dr. Franke before going under the knife. Skip the long recovery time and heal your joint at BostonProlotherapy.com.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Hey folks, it's Brian from Norfolk Power. Landscapers, contractors, and business owners. Get into any of our 3 convenient locations before the year's out to take advantage of the Section 179 tax deduction. It's time to ride off with your write-off at Norfolk Power. Choose from the full line of Kubota and ASV construction equipment. Visit any of our Norfolk Power stores in Rentham and Carver, Mass. and Barville, Rhode Island. See it all at norfolkpower.com or text Norfolk Power at 508-384-0011.
Patriots football is heard live on the Sports Hub. Tune in every game day for the Patriots starting lineups presented by the McGovern Auto Group, the official automotive partner of the New England Patriots. With 35 locations, 25 different automotive brands, and over 9,000 new and pre-owned vehicles in stock. Start your car shopping today at McGovernAuto.com.
Your hot takes on the Sports Hub.
Second intermission here in Edmonton with the Bruins leading the Oilers by the score of 4-1. We take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard. Finals from the NHL this afternoon. Washington 6-3 winners over the Rangers. Tom Wilson, 2 goals, assists, a fight. Gordie Howe hat trick for him. Named to the Canadian Olympic team this afternoon. Just another day's work. Nashville 4-2 winners over Vegas. It was Tampa Bay Lightning in overtime over Anaheim 4-3. San Jose gets the win against Minnesota in a shootout 4-3. Detroit defeats Winnipeg 2-1. 3-2 winners Detroit over the Columbus Blue Jackets. Buffalo again, 10 wins in a row, 4-1 over the Dallas Stars. Colorado taking the St. Louis Blues apart, 5-0 now, late third period in that one. Calgary 4-1 lead over the Philadelphia Flyers. Here in Edmonton, the Bruins lead the Oilers by the score of 4-1 after 2 periods. Third period action coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Whether you're putting together a hockey team or Ford's award-winning lineup of SUVs, a great team starts with the right players, like the iconic Ford Bronco family, with great looks and the 4x4 capability to perform on or off the ice, and the rugged Ford Explorer with seating for 7 and room for all your gear. Check out the full lineup of award-winning Ford SUVs at your New England Ford dealers today. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins.
Feeding the Puck for Families is proudly presented by the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation. With every assist, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate funds to the Greater Boston Food Bank to end hunger here in our local communities. Up to $50,000. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code EARN to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code EARN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code EARN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Want the lowest price on name brand tires? Town Fair Tire beats all the competition. We beat the wholesale clubs. We beat online prices. We beat all local tire dealers. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law. At Catches, we don't just work here, we live here. We're part of the same neighborhoods, the same schools, the same New England towns that you call home. So when life hits hard and you need someone in your corner, you deserve lawyers who truly understand what's at stake. With over 40 years of experience and more than $3 billion recovered for the people of New England, we know how to win, and we know how to fight for you. Visit catcheslaw.com today to schedule your free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless you win.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability, making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
Hit 985thesportshub.com.
It's time for This Date in Bruins History, being restored by Blue Sky Restoration Contractors.
Kessel to drop it off on a Weidman. He'll skate it to center. Drive it in deep. Took a strange kick off the glass, but went behind the net where Letman had anticipated it. Now behind the net, a steal, and Kovacic tried to shovel it in, but Cleve blocked it to the right post. Letman without a stick. Left side, Ferentz. Center point, Weidman, a wrist shot, and he scores! A power play goal for Dennis Weidman. And the Bruins are on the board.
And that goal was a bit of history as we take a look back at this date in history. In 2007, Dennis Weidman scoring the 18,000th goal in Bruins franchise history on Atlanta's Kari Lehtinen. In addition, in that game, brothers Mark Stewart for Boston and Colin Stewart for Atlanta each scored goals in that game. Marks was the game winner as the Bruins took a 5-2 victory. Here in Edmonton tonight, the Bruins have a 4-1 lead over the Edmonton Oilers heading into the third period. David Pastrnak, power play goal of the first at 7:28 from Elias Lindholm and Charlie McAvoy. And it was Casey Middlestat with his 9th of the year from Victor Arvidsson and Hampus Lindholm at even strength at 18-13. Made it 2-0. Zach Hyman would score what is so far the only goal for the Oilers tonight, his 12th, from Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl at 19-19 to make it 2-1 after 1. In the second period, Hampus Lindholm got his 3rd of the season from Fraser Minton and Victor Arvidsson at 7:05. And then Jonathan Aspero knocking home a chance in front from David Pastrnak at 18-19 of the second. Makes it a 4-1 game. Shots on goal through 2 periods are 25-21 in favor of Edmonton. The attempts are pretty even, 45-41 Oilers as well. Oilers are 0 for 4 on the power play. Bruins are 1 for 3. Fans want a great workout. The benefits a great cause. Join the 2026 Be Fit Challenge powered by National Grid. January 25th, 2026. Fans of all fitness levels can join us for a one-of-a-kind event at TD Garden to walk, run, or step to raise money for first responder and military charities. To register, just head to bostonbruins.com/BeFitChallenge. Bruins hoping they are 20 minutes away from snapping this 6-game losing streak. They will be defending to our right, shooting in the end to our left here in the third period. As face-off controlled here by the Oilers. Roslovic able to get it right into the Bruins zone, stepping in on Swayman from between the circles. Jeremy makes another stop.
Again, flat-footed at the blue line, and Roslovic, he's just flying down that right side. Bruins D, in those situations, they want us. The forwards need to slow the Oilers down through the neutral zone. Now we're talking like they're losing 4-1, but they're winning 4-1. But the chances that they've gotten, this is a face-off play, set face-off play. Zip the puck up, redirect it to the right side to Roslovic. It's a set play right off the opening face-off of the period, and the Bruins don't recognize it. And they get caught flat-footed.
So just seconds in to the third period, and Swayman has to come up big again. Puck comes around the near side corner. Steves pushed it up the wall. Bouchard to the blue line to keep it in. Sent it down the wall. Knocked away from Podkolzin. Now here's Roslovic out near the blue line, forced out of the zone by Aspero. Ekholm stumbled. Aspero's up the right wing side, sent one in front. But nobody there to take advantage. Elias Lindholm was coming. And now back comes Draisaitl. Draisaitl right circle, a shot, and a left pad saved by Swayman. Threw his rebound back through the slot. Along the far side wall, it's Stastny. Pivots, trying to get away from Elias. Centering pass, and fanning on the shot in front was Podkolzin. Near side wall. Nurse goes down into the corner. Puck comes free toward the slot. Stastny poked it back toward the net. Taken away. Geekie clears it for Steves. Bruins changing behind the play here as Steves plays it deep.
You've given up 2 grade A chances to start this third period with a 4-1 lead, and we're a minute and a half in. You've got to shut this thing down the right way.
Here's Minton with a one-time blast that tips off the end of Ingram's glove.
It means attacking. I get that. And Aspero's up in the play, so you can't get beat at the offensive blue line there with having the puck chip by you for that break.
Minton into the left wing corner. Gets it back from Pastrnak out near the blue line. He'll play it back down into the far corner now. Husnudinov in there against Nurse. Pastrnak finds the puck. Minton tried to backhand it across and kicked off a skate.
Yeah, right idea.
And out of the zone. 2 minutes into the third period. Peak just inside the Boston line. Left side for Zadorov, and he'll dump it in. Ekholm into the far corner, poked at by Asimon. Back around near side from Bouchard. It'll come out into the neutral ice. Hyman able to tip it on to McDavid. Across the Boston line toward the high slot. Ekholm coming to the slot himself. Shot save made by Swayman. Scramble for the rebound, and he's got it covered as he gets the whistle. And again, Edmonton able to force the issue.
2.5 minutes in, they've given up 3 grade A chances. I mean, you talk about defensive structure. Well, I mean, McDavid's setting that up. All eyes are on McDavid. He moves right to left. He's going to drop this puck off for Ekholm, and Ekholm's coming right down Broadway for this chance. So when Aspero tried to get that puck over, and then Steves is the guy that's covering up for him on the point, but he gets sucked down the boards, and all of a sudden they're coming right back the other way, and now everyone's got to hustle back on the back check. That was the second grade A opportunity.
Puck behind the Bruins net. Hyman tried to turn toward that far side. Comes up the wall and now comes back down low. Around toward the near corner. McDavid bumped off balance by Corrali, but stays with it. Angles it off the boards to Ekholm at the left point. Center blue line. It got through Bouchard. Now to the zone. He sends back in on a delayed offside. Just about 3 minutes gone here in this third period. Bruins with a 4-1 lead. Zadorov to Arvidsson into the neutral ice. Zacha coming down the middle. Hands to Arvidsson, cutting left circle, and a shot gets blocked off the leg of Emberson. Arvidsson back into the corner with it. Middlestat will hand it back to Hampus Lindholm at the left point. Back to Middlestat on the half wall. He plays it around behind the net, but cut off there by Emberson. Back toward the corner. Middlestat at the hash marks. Going to keep this puck alive. Emberson will send it around the far side this time. Lifted up and gloved down now by Savoy. Got it out of the zone. Bruins trying to get back in, but it'll be controlled by Emberson. He stands between the circles of his own zone as the Oilers are changing up front. Hands off the puck now to Regula. Up the right side, Roslovic will play it around behind Swayman, who comes out to the trapezoid. Into the far corner, Peak to Geekie. Trying to break out of his zone, turned over, but Peak able to recover in front of the net. Lobs it back into the neutral ice and across the line. Elias Lindholm over to Geekie. Right circle, a shot. Blocker saved by Ingram.
Good opportunity for Geekie. He hadn't had any shots through the first couple periods, and that one he gets off the pass from Lindholm.
Oilers turn it over just outside the line. They get it in, and a shot scores! This one's going to get looked at. If it counts, the Bruins get a little more breathing room.
Hope I'm wrong. Looked like it was offsides when it first hit in real time.
It's Elias Lindholm whose shot broke off of Ingram and in.
Yeah, this time Edmonton turns it over just outside their blue line. It hits a body, hits a skate, and the Oilers are all going north, so Steves attacks the other way. That's going to be really close. I think the skate of Geekie was dragged enough that it stayed onside, but they will take a look at it here. Yeah, that's close. Steves brings it in. Geekie gets upended, but drops it back for Lindholm, who gets the shot away. They're going to allow it. Okay.
Yeah. No challenge.
Good. When I first saw it, because we're kind of right here on the blue line, but he dragged his leg enough.
Good on Geekie. And for Elias Lindholm, that's his 5th goal of the year. First one that has not come on the power play. Had one taken away a few games ago.
Yep.
Off a challenge. As Hustadinov gets it to Minton. Coming through the neutral ice. Can't get a pass through Nugent Hopkins. So it's a 5-1 game as we approach 5 minutes into this third period. Bouchard. Nugent Hopkins now dropping it back in his own zone. Ekholm gives it back to him. Nugent Hopkins to Ekholm just inside the Boston zone. Spotted toward the corner by McAvoy. On that far circle to come back toward Ekholm. Hands off over there. Now Bouchard up top. Takes a shot. Gets blocked on its way to the net.
He was looking for a tip.
Bouchard out near the blue line. McDavid gets it back to him. Tried to get away from Pasternak. Goes down. Penalty coming. Pasternak is going to take a trip.
Zadorov gave Bouchard a little whack, but that was definitely a trip by Pasternak.
Yeah, no argument there. Pasta immediately turned and headed to the penalty box.
Oh, no, he's in the box before the referee can even get over there.
So this will be the 5th power play of the night for the Oilers, coming with 14:45 to play in regulation, and the Bruins up 5-1.
Nice move by Bouchard at the offensive blue line. He spins, and then Pasternak just chops the feet right out from under him. It's, he makes a beeline right for the box.
Face-off will be to the right of Jeremy Swayman, down to our right as well. Kastelik and Corrali up front here on the penalty-killing unit. Kastelik matching up against Draisaitl on the face-off. Now Draisaitl gets tossed out, not without argument. So McDavid replaces him. Kastelik beats him cleanly. Hampus Lindholm will hammer it around the near boards. Draisaitl out of the blue line to keep in. Turns it over. Corrali's got Kastelik moving into the attack zone. Took the shot. And Ingram made the pad save. Nugent Hopkins will play it back up ice. Kastelik with an active stick knocked it away from McDavid at center ice. Hampus Lindholm pokes it away from Bouchard near the Boston line. Now they come in across the line. McDavid, right circle. Gives to Draisaitl. Walks down toward the hash marks. Back up top for Bouchard. Minute 28 to go in the Oilers power play. McDavid right circle. Studies his options. Back for Bouchard. Now back to McDavid. High slot over to Draisaitl. Wide angle right wing shot.
Oh, he can score from anywhere, but that's well read by Swayman.
Bruins get a clear. Minute 12 to go on the Pasternak penalty. McDavid coming back into the Boston zone. On the right side finds Draisaitl. And now Bouchard out at the point. Lifts it over to that far side. David brings all the way back around to the near circle for Draisaitl. Bouchard. Draisaitl, top of the right circle to the dot. Now turns to the hash marks. Bouchard, center blue line. David again out near the blue line. Bouchard. Crowd getting impatient.
Oh, yeah.
Draisaitl shot gets redirected just wide of the far post, and McAvoy able to hold it off there.
I think that hit the leg of, was that Hyman backdoor?
Usnadinov moves it all the way down into Edmonton territory with 28 to go on the penalty.
Body language of Draisaitl going off the X ring. It was funny. It's good to see for a change.
Back in they come with 15 to go on their power play. Ekholm sets up from the right point. Plays down toward the near circle and taken away in the middle and cleared all the way down by Elias Lindholm.
Power play, the #1 power play in the league is getting booed here tonight.
Yeah, they've only been 35% success rate for the season. They get back in on across the line, but the power play is over as that shot gets redirected through Swayman. From that far side circle, it was Roslovic who cuts it back to 5-2.
Did it get redirected, or did that one just go in on its own? It's Roslovic with a shot. It was from a bit of a sharp angle in the left wing circle. It might have ramped off a peak stick, but you better look at it watching the replay right now. Yeah, I think it might have ramped a little bit, but it kind of, I don't know if Swayman thought that was going to be a pass across.
He looked like he started to move to his left, and the puck came back toward
kind of
his
fooled
right.
him a little bit.
So it's a 5-2 Bruins lead with 12:38 to go. 12th of the season for Roslovic in 28 games.
He's been a pretty good value contract for him, right? Because he signed really late.
$1.5 million on a one-year deal.
He's skilled.
Up deep into Bruins territory here. They can't clear it up the far wall. Shot back through the slot. Comes off the near boards. Back to Emberson. Kick back toward the circle. And Lorai is there. Sends one up through the middle. I think he must have thought Arvidsson was going to break for it. He had turned to go for a change instead. Now the Oilers come back. On the right wing circle. Zadorov going into the corner to try to win the puck. It'll come back to Regula at the point. Over to Nurse far side. Pressed it down low. McAvoy couldn't keep it away from Draisaitl. Kicked off the skate of Pasternak in front of the net. Zadorov will lob one through center ice. It'll bounce down into the Oilers zone and go for an icing.
Fans, hockey season's the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
So they give Geeky and Steves the assists at 4:20 on the Elias Lindholm goal.
Yep, that's accurate.
And then Darnell Nurse and Connor Ingram assist for Roslovic at 7:22. Shot off the far wall is taken by Swayman right in the chest, hangs on to it. And we will take a timeout. 11:36 to play in regulation. Bruins 5, Oilers 2, here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Presented by Robinhood.
He crosses, spins, pulls up.
With Robinhood prediction markets, buy or sell your predictions all game long. No house odds, just you versus the market. Put your sports IQ to work. Trade every shot, block, steal, run, and moment that shifts the game. With Robinhood prediction markets, trade every play. Visit Robinhood.com/predict to start trading. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
See icon David Ortiz at the Brook Casino Saturday, January 22nd at 7 p.m. in the season showroom. Hear Big Poppy's stories from his time in Boston, plus a Q&A with the crowd. Additional seating in the DraftKings Sportsbook. Free event, 18 plus. The Brook, exit 1 off I-95 in New Hampshire. Live free and play.com. For over 90 years, Global Partners has proudly called Massachusetts home, and they're grateful to the people who power their operations and the communities they serve. Their commitment is simple: be a reliable partner and invest for the long term. Thank you for being part of their journey. They look forward to continuing to serve the Commonwealth for years to come.
This year's Farmer's Almanac warns of a harsh, super snowy winter. So take control of the wet, snowy, and icy conditions with a new set of Bridgestone winter tires from Town Fair Tire at the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, Town Fair gives you the most free services for life with your purchase of Bridgestone winter tires. For the guaranteed lowest price on Bridgestone winter tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Zoe and Beetle, middays on the Sports Hub.
Bruins with a 5-2 lead over Edmonton. David Pasternak's first period power play goal. Tonight's electric play delivered by Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train. Electrical contractors, get on board the GCE Night Train. Order your materials to be delivered overnight to the job site the following morning and save time and money. Go to GCEnighttrain.com to order. 11.5 minutes to play in regulation.
Yeah, you know, I was looking around the scoreboard. So it just went final in Colorado. The Avalanche beat the St. Louis Blues 6-1 today. The shots on goal were 43-13. The attempts were 79-28.
Wow. Well, you had looked at that earlier. It was, what did they have, 7 shots on goal about midway through the third period?
They did. 13 minutes to go in the third, they had 7 shots on goal.
St. Louis, that is. Wow.
Yes, obviously, yeah.
Unbelievable. Colorado still has only 2 regulation losses on the year.
And one of them was?
In Boston.
I think the other one was the Islanders, was it not?
I think you're right. As Regula pulls it out from in front of the
halfway through the season, or whatever games, they're close to halfway through the season, and they have 2 regulation losses.
McAvoy circling back behind the Bruins net. Pass up the right side, got cut off just outside the blue line. Here's Draisaitl reloading. Just inside the line, pass ricochets away from Ekholm, chased it down in the right corner. Back to Draisaitl, who's rotated out toward the point, fires one to the far side, tipped by McAvoy. Kept alive on that far wall by Roslovic. Turns away from McAvoy at the hash marks, goes all the way across. Bouchard coming down the right circle, couldn't handle the pass.
Took his eyes off it.
Back across that far side. Back near side. Draisaitl. Tough angle one-timer.
It's not a tough angle for him.
Yeah.
He can go anywhere in that right wing circle, and he's going to get a shot that's going to be dangerous. And he'll go all the way down, almost to the goal line with his feet, because he's a left-hand shot, so it sticks out a little bit, and he's got that strange blade, the paddle of his stick, but he knows how to use it, because he can score from that anywhere in that right wing circle.
Past the midway point of the third period. Bruins with a 3-goal lead. Ekholm from his own blue line fires ahead. Picked off by Hampus Lindholm. He misses Zacha, though, headed the other way, and that'll be an icing.
I mean, he's dangerous every time he shoots it, right? They got him out by the blue line earlier in that shift, and he took it was kind of a shot pass looking for somebody back door over on the far side. That was a good stick defensively by McAvoy. But then they go cross ice to him, and his 2 feet are at his left foot is at the base of the circle, and his right foot is just about at the goal line, and still puts a dangerous shot on that Swayman has to read and get over on.
Arvidsson came up shy of the red line before he dumped that puck in. That's going to be another icing.
Yeah, 2 in a row.
So Draisaitl, he assisted on the first goal tonight, gives him 57 points on the year. He just had a 6-game point streak snapped the other night. We had 13 points in 6 games. He's got 39 points now in the last 21. Face off in the far circle, the Bruins zone. One brought behind the net here, Hampus Lindholm. Near side, Zacha tipped it out toward center ice. Arvidsson kept it moving far side. Here's Middlestat moving in right circle. Got it across, and Arvidsson one-timer. Ingram wasn't sure where that was.
It just hit Bouchard. No, it just hit Bouchard. Otherwise, you got an empty net.
Near side circle, Arvidsson walks it to the front of the net. Knocked off his stick at the last second.
It's a nice move by Middlestat. Coming to the front. You get the defenseman to slide again, and Bouchard ends up in his own crease and kind of turned around, and Arvidsson's one-timer hits him.
Far corner, Middlestat able to tap one out in front. Here's Hampus Lindholm, right back door. Oh, it was there. And Middlestat couldn't quite handle it.
Wide open. Yeah, Middlestat like that one back.
Hampus gets it right back into the zone. Here's Pasternak in the left wing corner. Trying to get it back toward Minton, but taken away. Jones going to carry it to the Boston line. Toward the far circle, knocked off his stick. Middlestat will play back into the corner for Lora. 8.5 minutes to go. Hampus backing it up to Lori. Takes a hit from Frederick. Able to stay with the puck. Gets it near circle. Pasternak waiting for it. Throws it across ice, but nobody over there. Frederick will back it up to his own zone. Moved ahead by Henrique. Peak takes it back. Loron, left wing pass looking for Pasternak, doesn't connect. Back in comes Mangiapane, right circle shot. Swayman sliding to the top of his crease, cradles that. And as Mangiapane came to a stop in front of the crease, that draws a little bit of a crowd, and we take a timeout with 8 minutes to go. Bruins 5, Edmonton 2 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord, a 4.49% APR on a 2025 Pilot, or a 0.99% APR on a 2025 Ridgeline.
See dealer for financing details.
TD Bank cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from Pro Shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Card eligibility restrictions and terms apply. Learn more at td.com/TD Garden Perks. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Bruins and the Boston Celtics.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bruins.
Want the lowest price on name brand tires? Town Fair Tire beats all the competition. We beat the wholesale clubs. We beat online prices. We beat all local tire dealers. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2026 CR-V or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HR-V. Hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Toucher and Hardy, mornings on the Sports Hub.
One more access to the Boston Bruins. Check out Behind the B, presented by Ticketmaster at bostonbruins.com/Behind the B for exclusive interviews, behind-the-scenes content, highlights, and more. Bruins with a 5-2 lead and 8 minutes to go in regulation.
I'm just watching the replay again. Middlestat makes a great move. Coming in from the right side. Bouchard hustles back. We talk about Bouchard a lot, right? He was facing his net. And Arvidsson's one-timer hit him in the rear end. That's how the puck stayed out. It was a wide-open net off the great move by Middlestat.
Off the face-off, Draisaitl got it over to the far side, gets it back from Bouchard and fires a shot. Swayman makes the pad save, lifted up and out of the zone by Castellan.
Somebody had a great point about Bouchard's game. I'll wait till the next whistle.
Roslovic along the near side circle. Brings it to the wall, plays it around behind the net, gets through Draisaitl, and Ekholm can't hold it far side against Castellan. Bouchard passed to the near side for Roslovic out near the red line. Dumps it in. Swayman gets it to the near circle, right to Zadorov, hands it off to Corrali. Up the left side, Husnudinov shovels it to Corrali, up across the line. McAvoy, top of the right circle, a shot, and the save made by Ingram hangs on.
Yeah, Bruins are shorting the bench a little bit too. You know, they're going mostly with three lines. You're not seeing a few different guys out there, but the line on Bouchard, and it was funny, and look, the guy's an elite offensive defenseman, no question about it. But he said that he'll make a couple mistakes early in the game. He creates more ice time for himself. Because now they have to play him.
Right.
Because he's so good offensively.
Face off to the left of Ingram. Puck will come around behind the Edmonton net. Up the near wall, and Hyman will get it out of the zone. Hampus Lindholm over to the far side for Geekie, but offsides as Steves was stuck in the zone.
Fans, hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
7:12 left here in the third period. 5-2. Bruins have the lead. Final minutes of 2025 back on the East Coast as Steves has it in across the line here on the far side circle. Gets around Nugent Hopkins in the corner and now to the back of the net. Nurse able to knock it away. Hampus Lindholm trying to hold up McDavid coming out of the zone. Poke check to Buck at center ice, and Geekie's got it. He dumps it in, comes all the way around the near wall. Cleared by Regula, but handed over to Aspero in the neutral ice. Up the near side, Hampus Lindholm sent it towards center. Eberson took it away. He's going to chip and chase into the right wing corner. Aspero gets the hip on him, seals him off. Outlet pass from Middlestat to Arvidsson, but gets clogged up coming through the neutral zone. Back into the Boston zone is Frederick, knocked off his stick, and Middlestat's got it going behind the net. 6:15 to play. Just outside the Boston line, forced forward. Emberson waiting for it at the Edmonton line. On the near side wall, they get back into the attack zone, do the Oilers. Arvidsson lost his stick along the near side in pursuit of that puck. Bruins do get it cleared. Husnudinov will dump in from the red line. 5:50 left. Emerson from between the circles in his own zone. Passes into the neutral ice, lifted into the air, and it'll be gloved by Swayman on the pop-up as it falls down into his crease. And we'll take our final timeout with 5:39 to play. Bruins 5, Oilers 2 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub, Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Engines rev, are you listening?
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days, where you can drive in a Honda wonderland of your own with a great offer on a fun-to-drive new Accord, Civic, CR-V, or HR-V. Hurry into your local Honda dealer and experience the wonder of Happy Honda Days with a great deal on your favorite Honda today.
Driving in a Honda wonderland.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Hi, this is Andrew Peak. I'm excited to be teaming up with the Shaws and Star Market Foundation and 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck this season to help score a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate $100 to help end hunger here in our local communities. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million across the country to ensure our neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive locally. Every time we feed the puck for a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation will make a donation of $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help end hunger up to $50,000. To learn more about feeding the puck for families, visit 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders and new sauces. So whether you're a creamy ranch girly or a new Wendy's signature stand, you can dip to your heart's content. Now let's wrap this up because I got to dip. I want to try these new tenders. For tendies you're going to know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
Participating U.S. Wendy's.
Felger and Maz, afternoons on the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZFM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
A happy new year from Edmonton. For those of you back east, 2025 has become 2026. And with 5:39 to go in the third period, the Bruins hopefully about to ring in the new year with their first win in a while. As they clear the puck here, Husnudinov on his horse up the left wing side. Centered it across. Pasternak has to play it off of Karam from far boards. Husnudinov looking in front for Minton. That was blocked. Here's Pasternak from the far circle. A one-timer blasted home. It's 6-2. Happy New Year, Pasta.
Yeah, Edmonton not playing this one very well at all. Husnudinov gets a good speed up the left wing side. He's going to try to make a pass across. Doesn't connect. And then Pasternak floats it down low. Bouchard kind of loses his man coming back to the net. And that's Pasternak. Don't lose him. Gets puck watching. Pasternak starts towards the net and then stops in the right wing circle, making himself available. Stick cocked and fires this one home.
David Pasternak had 2 goals in the last 8 games. He's got 2 plus an assist tonight.
Well, we talked about this. I thought the second half of the game against Calgary, he started to look more himself.
Yes.
You know, and because a few games, you know, like I said, by his standards, and he's held to high standards, rightfully so, you know, he was struggling a little bit. He was pressing a little bit. So the Bruins, who have been pressing in general to score goals here over this losing streak that they've had, break out for 6 today so far.
Yesterday, Marco Sturm made it a point as the Oilers will gain the attack zone here, thrown toward the net. Swayman paddles it away. Made it a point to have some fun drills in practice yesterday. Said he wanted to remind his guys to have a good time. It's a heck of a lot more fun when you score 6. As Husnudinov comes out into neutral ice and turned back. Zadorov angles it up the left wing side, and Kastelik in across the line. Corrali, near side circle, throws one in front. That one got blocked, kicked ahead by Janmark. It'll come out of the zone. Corrali has it just outside the line and gets Kastelik going down the left wing side. From a tough angle, that one just missed. Aspero plays it back in behind the net. Ekholm sent back to the far corner. Kastelik rims it around near side. Zadorov waiting in the left point. 4:05 to go. Corrali at the back of the net. Works back toward the near corner. Corrali stays with it against Bouchard. Sends it back to Aspero, bidding for his second of the night. But the save made. And now Kastelik gets into it with Ekholm. And Asamont's in the middle of this as well. Thistle's trying to keep a lid on this one.
Mangiapane can get involved there as well. And he took a little shot at Kastelik. Kastelik's going back after him.
This one's still not done. A lot of
I like Ekholm a lot, but he's a little more physical with Asamont than he is with Kastelik.
Kastelik being led all the way out to center ice by one of the linesmen as everyone splits up here.
Now, Corrali wins a battle against Bouchard down low, sends it out front for the shot by Aspero, and you know Ekholm makes contact with Asamont, and that brings Kastelik right in there quickly.
Now there will be
Mangiapane and Kastelik barking at each other as Mangiapane goes down to the locker room. I would imagine Kastelik will be going to doing the same thing.
Kastelik is over by the tunnel right now. Let's hear the penalties.
Give him a 10-minute misconduct.
Yeah, give him 10s.
Get him out of here.
So with 3:57 to go.
Kastelik gives a little salute to his bench as he goes by. They know what he does for this team.
So 3:57 left in a 6-2 game. Bruins have been on the wrong end of some of these 6-2 games of late. It's good to be on the other side.
Two of them in this losing streak, correct?
Yes. Ottawa and Montreal, the back-to-back games before the Christmas break. Had that 6-2 loss in Minnesota as well.
Well, make no mistake, though. I mean, you know, the Bruins talked about getting their structure better, and they were better against Calgary. You know, and Edmonton's a more offensively dynamic team, certainly. And when you got 97, how can you not be? But this game's not 6-2 without your goaltender today.
There were minors handed out there as well. Jones and Asamont go into the penalty boxes here. So it'll be 4-on-4 with 3:57 left.
I think they might be serving the penalties of Kastelik and
I would guess.
And
we
Mangiapane.
didn't hear as Roslovic gets it back in across the line. That's exactly what it is. 2 for roughing and 10 apiece. Puck in the neutral zone. Kick back into the Boston end by Savoy. Played around behind the net by Swayman, and Hampus Lindholm gets it back out towards center. Geekie comes in across the line, over to the far circle, and a one-timer by Hampus. Kicked away by Ingram. Lindholm looking for his second goal of the night. Back into the Boston zone come the Oilers. Bouchard along the near side wall. Plays over to that far side. Roslovic down the circle into the corner. Hands off to McDavid, who carries it back up toward the high slot. Gives to Bouchard in the center of the blue line. He gives to McDavid. McDavid dangling toward the slot. Backhander. Another stop by Swayman with the left pad. Geekie to Hampus Lindholm. Hampus will walk it out towards center ice. Finds Pasternak cutting it across the Edmonton line. Down the left circle and in behind the net. Draisaitl takes it away with some help from Bouchard. 3-on-2 here for the Oilers as they move up ice. Puck kicked off of Zadorov at the top of the circle. Goes right in front, and a chance on the doorstep by Draisaitl. Pasternak will work it back out through center ice and carry in across the Edmonton line. Here's Zacha coming toward the slot to the far circle. Back to Pasternak. Wide open net. It's blocked by Bouchard on the one-timer. Here's Zacha with a shot that just goes wide.
Again, it just hit him. He didn't block it. It hit him.
Zacha to the far circle. Try to get it in front. Poke back toward the far corner. Draisaitl's pass off of Henrique's skate.
He completely lost track of Pasternak. But he's standing there between Pasternak and the net, and the puck hit him.
Minute 45 to go. As it rims around behind Swayman into the far corner, Jones and Aspero. Usnadinov in there as well. Asimont is out of the box after serving the Kastelik penalty. Moves it up ice. We got a fight. Back behind, it's Jones and Aspero inside the Bruins zone. And as they go down, Aspero threw a right hand that landed pretty hard. First NHL fight for Jonathan Aspero.
Yeah. You know, frustration sets in, right? I mean, where was the fight when it was, you know, a close game?
Right.
You know what I mean? Aspero's just hard on Jones in the corner. There's nothing wrong. He wins a battle. You start to skate out. Yeah, it was more of a wrestling match, and Aspero took him down, but it's just frustration.
So 91 seconds left before they can put this one to bed. 6-2 Bruins lead it. Teams are at full strength. Corrali pulls the puck back toward Peak. He'll get it just inside the red line and dump it in. Around the near side wall it'll come. Corrali stepping in front of Podkolzin. Frederick regains for Edmonton, stepping behind his net. Throws a long pass out to center ice. In across the line, Janmark. Peak trying to stay with him.
Nice pass by Freddie.
Near side circle, back to Regula at the right point. Throws one in front, gets knocked down. Frederick couldn't corral it. Back toward the near side point. Taken away along the hash marks by Zadorov, and he'll send back behind the net. We're inside of a minute to play. Zadorov from the near corner to Arvidsson. Coming through the neutral zone and in across the line. Dangles and hits the post from the near circle. Arvidsson. We got dust up going on back in the Bruins zone here between Zadorov and Janmark. Officials jump in between them as they blow the play down with 39 seconds to go.
Yeah, that's not one that Janmark wants.
No, I don't think so. All of 6 penalty minutes on the season for Janmark. Zadorov is the league leader.
Well, Zadorov gave him a pretty good right punch with the glove on. Janmark cross-checked him in the chest, and so Zadorov he wanted to drop the gloves. Janmark wasn't dropping the gloves, so he just punched him with the glove on.
So they make an early exit.
Twice, actually.
Puck comes around the Bruins zone. Peak will give it back for Lorai up the near side, and Asimont chips it out. 26 seconds to play. And now we got Corrali wrestling out in neutral ice with Nurse. Nurse gave him, while he was down, a couple of shots to the back of the head.
Now it's just stupid. I mean, it's been a clean game, and now it just gets stupid. Again, where was this fight earlier?
Yeah, I mean, if Edmonton wants to play a physical game, the Bruins can go with the best of them.
Well, they'd rather play a physical game than a skating game against McDavid and the Oilers. I mean, a lot of respect for Nurse, but I'm not sure what he's doing here. It's just...
This has become a race to see who gets the hot water in the showers here. It's the third guy for either side headed to the locker room before this one's over. Corrali and Nurse both up the tunnels.
They'll just give him misconduct now.
So 19 and a half seconds still to go in this one. These teams won't see each other again in the regular season. This is the end of the 2-game series. As a face-off just outside the Boston line. Won by Steves on the near side, tipped ahead by Asamont. As we hit the final 10 seconds, Asamont able to win one behind the net. Peak stepped away from Frederick, back toward Asamont, chops it free against Stastny. And now Stastny regains, and that will bring us to the end of this one. Bruins with a 6-2 victory to ring in 2026. They finish up their 6-game losing streak and pick up a win here in Game 3 of this 5-game road trip in Edmonton. Congratulations to Jeremy Swayman from his teammates. He made some huge saves tonight, most of them on Connor McDavid. And we'll pick up the victory. And we will be back to recap it next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic. Hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
TD Bank's here for an assist with a special checking and savings account offer for new customers. Perfect for fans of the Bruins. Learn more at td.com/garden offer or stop by any TD Bank location in New England. Terms and eligibility apply. TD Bank, bank of the Boston Bruins.
Hey hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at timbertech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
When it's really cold, you'll feel it in your bones. And your house will feel it in its pipes. Of course, if your pipes burst, you're going to feel it in your wallet, too. That's why Safety Insurance offers discounts to Massachusetts and New Hampshire homeowners if you have water leak devices or freeze detection systems. It's smart to think safety first. Ask an independent agent about Safety Insurance. We'll help you manage life storms.
98.5 The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network welcome the following new partners. Your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado. TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. Blue Sky Restoration. Tune in to hear this date in history being restored by Blue Sky all season long. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com. And your Boston area Lexus dealers. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer today. From the home of the Bruins, thank you for joining our winning team.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2026 CR-V or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HR-V. Hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Want the lowest price on name brand tires? Town Fair Tire beats all the competition. We beat the wholesale clubs. We beat online prices. We beat all local tire dealers. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
The Pats play on the Sports Hub.
Arvidsson gets it from Hampus Lindholm. Carries it through center. Across the line. On the left side, here's Minton. From the hash marks. Off the boards to Lindholm. Steps down the wall. Throws it in front and scores! Just as Bouchard was coming out of the penalty box, Hampus Lindholm with a seeing eye shot, and the Bruins grab a 3-1 lead. Bruins with a 6-2 win here tonight over the Edmonton Oilers. We're joined downstairs by Hampus Lindholm. Goal and an assist for him tonight. Hampus, how good is it to get this losing streak over, and it looked like you guys were back to having fun again tonight?
Yeah, no, I think we talked about the last game there. I think we did some really good stuff defensively, but played a little looser tonight offensively too, made some plays, and we have to combine that stuff, and we showed that tonight, and it was a big win for us.
Hey, Hampus, obviously Jeremy played a fantastic game. McDavid really had his skating legs going, but you guys were able to slow him down a little bit through the second and third period, I thought.
Yeah, no, we had a lot of good chances there in the first, and we kind of saw what we had to do to kind of slow him down. I think we did a better job there, like you said, in the second and the third, but I think the win comes from us playing on our toes, scoring goals, going forward, playing good defense. The best defense sometimes is offense, taking care of the puck and playing in their zone.
You guys are now halfway through the season. Going forward, how do you feel like the team is prepared for the second 41 games?
No, I think we got a good squad. I think we got a good team for the type of hockey that's coming here the last half of the season. So I'm confident in the group and confident myself. So it's going to be fun to get going here after New Year's.
Appreciate the time. Happy New Year to you, and congrats on the win.
Happy New Year, guys.
All right, Hampus Lindholm joining us on the heels of a 6-2 win here over the Oilers, and Bruins snap that 6-game losing streak and do it in solid fashion against a really good team out from the West here.
Solid, yes.
Not perfect by any means.
Offensively solid, penalty killing solid. Again, right? 3 games in a row now for the PK that's been good. I know they gave up one against Calgary, but that was a 4-on-3, and it was a couple seconds ago, and it's. But look, McDavid. What did he end up with shots? He had at least 9. Because he had 8 through 2 periods, and he had a good chance in the third.
9 it is.
Yeah, and he was flying, and first period he created everything for Edmonton. Everything was off of his stick. The Bruins got caught flat-footed on a number of occasions against him. And look, that's no slight against the Bruins because McDavid does it against everybody. He's the leading scorer in the league for a reason. But at the same time, you kind of bent, but you didn't break. A lot of that was your goaltender and Jeremy Swayman and the saves that he made. And then you as Hampus Lindholm just said, they've made some plays offensively. Now, Edmonton's not a juggernaut defensively, especially when things start to go south for them. They've tightened it up defensively in the last little while here. But when things start to go a little off the rails for them, I think they have a hard time reeling it in, and their top guys, they don't want to play defense. So, you can get to them that way. So getting the lead early was one thing. And then finishing off in the third period the way that they did. They didn't sit back. They gave up some chances very early in the third period. We had 3 chances in the first 2.5 minutes. Grade A chances that they gave up. And then they got back to doing some of the things that they needed to do, kind of steadied themselves after they got the saves by Swayman that they needed. And after that, it was a better run, in that third period. Could have had a couple more goals except for shots that just hit guys that were standing in the wrong spot at the wrong time, or right spot at the wrong time. So a good win. Any win's a good win right now. You're taking points anywhere you can get them. You're 1-1-1 on the road trip. So let's throw away the losing streak for now because you're 1-1-1 on the road trip. You're 500 so far. You got a chance to finish this thing off the right way. 2 more games. You got 2 days off before you play Vancouver. Vancouver plays the night before, right? You play them on Saturday. Vancouver plays the night before on Friday night. You play Seattle on Tuesday. Seattle plays Monday night. So you got 2 days before Vancouver. You got 2 days before Seattle. That should be an advantage, even though you're traveling. That should be an advantage for the Bruins, right? I mean, I look at it that way anyhow. Yeah. And if you feel good about the way you played against Calgary, which they should, you're certainly going to feel good about the way you played today. You're starting to build your game a little bit. We've seen it. You just got to pull yourself out of these losing streaks and make sure that they don't linger. And signs of good life for the Bruins over the last 2 games and results in both games, even though you only got 1 point against Calgary, is a step in the right direction. Is a big step in the right direction, and see if you can continue it now to finish this trip.
And you can't say enough about Swayman tonight.
Oh, fantastic!
I mean, he was outstanding when he needed to be, and against the best player in the world.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to get too far ahead because it's 2 days in between games. You got Vancouver Saturday night, but I don't know. After he's played 2 really good games here on this road trip. Marco Sturm's got to be leaning that way a little bit anyhow, right?
I would think so.
Yeah.
I mean, especially with 2 days off in between. Yep. So we shall see on that. Service Credit Union and Charlie McAvoy have teamed up for the 73 Reasons campaign this season to donate $250,000 to cover heart screens and cancer screens for police and firefighters, donating $200 for every block shot and $1,000 for every shutout. So far this season, Boston with 648 blocks, totaling $129,600 donated by Service Credit Union. Learn more now at servicecu.org/73reasons. Bruins win at 6-2 here in Edmonton tonight. Back to wrap it up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Want the lowest price on name brand tires? Town Fair Tire beats all the competition. We beat the wholesale clubs. We beat online prices. We beat all local tire dealers. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
When you see a Gravely mowing the grass, you're looking at over 100 years of ingenuity in action. You're seeing a rugged, durable machine professional lawn service companies have relied on for generations. Or maybe you see a homeowner who demands the best, cutting their own lawn like the pros. Whether mowing or on a trailer between jobs, when you see a Gravely, you're seeing greatness at work. Take your lawn mowing up a notch with a Gravely. See the full line at your local dealer.
Hi, I'm Richard Brackett with Stazione di Federal.
And I'm David Alphonse with the Federal.
And we're the restaurant fellas.
If you're looking for a great night out, visit me, David, at the Federal. Try our shellfish tower or one of our dry-aged steaks paired with one of our great wine selections.
Or, if it's authentic Italian from our scratch kitchen paired with a fine wine, come see me, Richard, at Stazione di Federal.
Both restaurants are in Waltham, Stazione di Federal on Moody Street or the Federal on Main.
And both roads lead to a delightful dining experience, but my mustache is cooler.
Really, Richard?
Try both the Federal and Stazione di Federal.
We look forward to seeing you.
And thanks.
At Service Credit Union, trust isn't just a value, it's their promise. A promise to stand with those who serve our communities every day. I'm Charlie McAvoy, and I'm proud to partner with Service Credit Union to support the health, safety, and financial well-being of first responders. With competitive rates, easy online banking, and personal service, Service Credit Union puts people before profits. Service Credit Union. Success built on trust, banking built on service. Become a member today at servicecu.org/73reasons and join thousands making a difference.
Mice running a drill in your basement, spiders practicing defense in the shower, stink bugs huddling on the windows. New year, new defense against bugs. Use Burgess Pest, my go-to for fast, local, year-round pest protection. Almost 100 years strong. BurgessPest.com. Built for New England, built to stop pests.
The Bruins play on the Sports Hub.
Here's McKinnon on the near side. Feeds it up top to It's across for Mason off the bench. Sends it in front. McKinnon. And he points at the back of the net to make sure. And there it is. Career goal number 400. Yeah, McKinnon, great night for him and the Colorado Avalanche. He ends up with 2 goals and 2 assists. Colorado takes down the St. Louis Blues by the score of 6-1. Finals from around the NHL. Washington 6-3 winners over the Rangers. Nashville took down Vegas by the score of 4-2. In overtime, Tampa Bay 4-3 over Anaheim. 4-3, San Jose beats the Minnesota Wild. That game was decided in a shootout. Detroit winners over the Winnipeg Jets 2-1. New Jersey 3-2 winners over the Columbus Blue Jackets. Buffalo Sabres make it 10 in a row. 4-1 win over the Dallas Stars. Calgary keeps it rolling at home. 5-1 over the Philadelphia Flyers.
Here in Edmonton tonight, Bruins with a 6-2 victory over the Oilers. The Shaws and Star Market Foundation's Nourishing Neighbors Initiative sponsors our Feeding the Puck for Families campaign. For every helper on a Bruins goal, they donate another $100 to fight food insecurity. With 11 feeds tonight, that's another $1,100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. Follow along at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck. All that's left is to give you our 3 stars of the night, and the Bruins will sweep the honors tonight. Number 3 star, 2 assists, and a team best +3 tonight for Fraser Minton. Arvidsson gets it from Hampus Lindholm. Carries it through center. Across the line. On the left side, here's Minton. From the hash marks. Off the boards to Lindholm. Steps down the wall. Throws it in front and scores! Just as Bouchard was coming out of the penalty box, Hampus Lindholm with a seeing eye shot, and the Bruins grab a 3-1 lead. That was the first of Minton's 2 assists on the night. He also assisted on David Pasternak's second of the night at 14:34 of the third. Speaking of which, our number 2 star, 2 goals and an assist tonight for David Pasternak. High slot, McAvoy looking for a tip in front. Pasternak scores from below the goal line. He banks it in. Pasternak has to play it off of Karam from far boards. Hustendinov looking in front for Minton. That was blocked. Here's Pasternak from the far circle. A one-timer blasted home. It's 6-2. Happy New Year, Pasta. Yeah, that came just after the clock had struck midnight out on the East Coast. Pasternak makes it 6-2 and caps the scoring with his second of the night, 17th goal of the season, and the 408th of his career. That is 5th all-time in Bruins history, as he is trying to track down next up on the list Brad Marchand at 422, and then Patrice Bergeron 5 more in front of him. And the number 1 star of the night, Jeremy Swayman. Well, here's an opportunity for McDavid. As I say, that walks in, and a save made on the backhand. Swayman comes up and robs McDavid. Draisaitl to McDavid, slips in across the line, walks right to the front of the net, stick save by Swayman, and then the a second chance. Swept out of the crease by Aspero. McDavid, give and go, gets him in across the line. Going right to the front of the net. Swayman stops him again and covers it up. All told, 34 saves on 36 shots tonight for Jeremy Swayman. Picks up the victory to go to 15-10-2 in 27 starts so far this season. He is our Lexus Amazing Player of the Game, brought to you by the Lexus December to Remember sales event. Get offers on select Lexus models now through January 5th. The greatest measure of the season is how it makes you feel. That's the standard of amazing. Learn more at Lexus.com. Bruins ended up going 5 for 5 on the penalty kill tonight. They finished the night 1 for 3 on the power play. Boston had 29 shots to the Oilers' 36 on this evening. Bruins improved their overall record to 21-18-2 and hit the halfway point of the season with 44 points. The Edmonton Oilers dropped to 20-15-6. They also hit the halfway point of the season with 46 points so far. So the Bruins road trip will continue as we head a little further west to Vancouver and a matchup with the Canucks on Game 4 of this 5-game road trip. That will be Saturday night. Our pregame coverage across the network gets things underway at 9:30 Eastern Time with a face-off at 10 o'clock. Now for our executive producer back in Waltham, Jeremy Conley, our engineer here in the booth, Jerry Dombrowski. For Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston. Thanks for joining us. Happy New Year, everybody, and good night from Edmonton.
This is Boston Bruins hockey. Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by your local New England Honda dealers, Shaw's and Star Market, Safety Insurance, Town Fair Tire, Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train, Ticketmaster, your New England Ford dealers, Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, Service Credit Union, TD Bank, and by Catches Law.
2 seconds, 1 second, it's over. The Bruins have won the Stanley Cup.
And by Dairy Queen, Peerless Boilers, your New England Chevy dealers, Timber Tech Decking and Railing, Charles D. Sheehy, Mass Mutual, Wendy's, Live Nation, your Boston area Lexus dealers, Tito's Handmade Vodka, and by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
After 39 long years, the Cup is back home. The Bruins are 2011 Stanley Cup champions.
Bruins hockey is a presentation of the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZFM at HD Boston 98.5 The Sports Hub.
I bought that up. I said, man, this guy's opting out. And then the commercial came on like 2 days later. But I think Georgia.
See, I would take him over Beck, to be honest with you, but that's beside the point.
You would take Chambliss over Beck?
Yeah, I would. I think he'll be eventually a better pro, but that's beside the point, though. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not. But I mean, no, it's the topic at hand. We're talking quarterbacks. I'm
shocked
like
to
hear you
I
say
like
you
him a
think
lot.
he would be better than Beck down the line as a pro.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
I think Beck would be much better as a pro down the line. But like the great Tom Brady once said, you got to know how to develop a quarterback. Like, if you don't know how to develop a quarterback, none of these guys are going to be anything. But anyway, give me Georgia. I think Georgia's hungry. I think this team is the best team in the nation. I think Georgia, even though they've had some slip-ups, when I put the tape on, every level on defense, they got NFL speed guys. They got big guys. They got smart guys on the offensive side of the ball. They can run. They can pass. They can protect the passer. They can rush the passer. They can do everything. Remember, they're the 3 seed. So they're a top 3 team in the nation.
I wonder if we're going to get more upsets. I feel like Alabama's going to be in this thing. Oregon, Texas Tech, no real upset because the line is under 3. And the only other one is Mississippi, who, like I said, had a 9-point lead going into the fourth quarter the first time around against Georgia. So anything's possible, though their team is a little bit different now.
They had a 9-point lead, but did they win the game?
No,
but
they
lost, right.
I'm just giving you the background
I got you, but to say, anything's possible. Okay, well, they can have another fourth quarter lead and end up giving it up again. But I just think Georgia's primed. Little upset that they haven't been able to hang more banners than the 2 they already have. This defense, it looks like Kirby took a few years for him to kind of rebuild his defense after losing all of those NFL guys. Plus, Georgia's defense, do you know what they're giving up the last 5 or 6 games? 10 points a game.
Yeah, they've been
Teams
awesome.
Can't score against them because I'm thinking Ole Miss, but Kirby has rebuilt this defense. He's got these young guys coached up. Remember, go look through the NFL right now. How many Michigan and Georgia defenders are on teams wreaking havoc in the NFL from the previous 4 or 5 years coming out of college from Kirby Smart, from Jim Harbaugh? There's about 15 of them. Okay. And you got to replace those guys and rebuild the young guys. We're seeing it with Michigan. We're seeing it with Georgia. Georgia's done it a little faster. Michigan had a lot of noise with the coach and stuff, but I think that'll change going into next year. But now Georgia now started to bring some of those freshmen and sophomores. Those guys are juniors and seniors now. And I think they stymie this. I want to pick a blowout. All these games are not going to be close.
Right. Someone's going to be
Someone's getting their ass handed to them tomorrow. Seriously. Someone's getting their natural ass handed to them tomorrow. And I'm going to take this game. Give me Georgia by 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
Yes.
Now, if Georgia wins, as you mentioned, they'll play Miami in the next round in the Fiesta Bowl. Beck going up against his old team in the Georgia Bulldogs. And the winner of the Alabama-Indiana game will take on the winner of Oregon and Texas Tech. So that's the way. That will be in the Peach Bowl, and that will be on the 9th.
So I got Bama will be moving on then to take on Texas Tech. And I'm also taking Georgia will then be moving on to take on Miami. My final 4 is Bama, Tech, Georgia, the U.
I think in our contest at work, I have Alabama playing Georgia, I think is who I have.
For the Natty?
Double check. I have to check to see. I had Alabama go to the finals though. So
who do you have winning it all? Before this all started, I haven't talked to you since then. Who did you take? Who did you pick to win it all?
I believe I took Georgia.
So did I.
Yeah.
That's what I put on the contest, and just other pools I've been in and other shows that I've dropped in on and been on. I've been telling people I did defense, man. Defense and running the ball. It travels anywhere, Arnie. It's the oldest additive of football, man. If I can run, I can run. If I can play D, I can play D.
All right, we got to get to some NFL. That's coming up next, and there's a lot of movement. We're in the final week. We got the playoffs around, got some seeding that needs to still get finalized in the playoffs. We'll get to all that, but first, let's check out what's trending with Monsi Bolaños.
Hey guys, happy to be hanging out with you tonight, but we're going to start with the upset of the night. 10-seed Miami defeating 2-seed and defending national champion Ohio State 24-14. What's crazy is that the Hurricanes turned the ball over in the red zone on their second drive of the game, but then turned things around. They shut out the Buckeyes in the first half and had a pick 6. Carson Beck only threw for 138 yards and a touchdown, but it was enough. The Hurricanes are headed to the semifinal. BJ, you're not going to want to hear this, but Arch Manning put on a show at the Citrus Bowl. He threw for 221 yards, 2 touchdowns, also rushed for 155 yards and 2 touchdowns as Texas defeated Michigan 41-27. When it comes to the NBA, the Spurs were down 19 and came back to beat the Knicks 134-132. Victor Wembanyama suffered a slight hyperextension in his left knee early in the fourth quarter, but initial tests came back negative and showed no major injury. Good news there. So he ended with 31 points and 13 rebounds, while Julian Champagnie, I think is how he says his name, he had 11 threes and he ended with 36 points. The Nuggets survived 106-103 against the Raptors as Brandon Ingram's game-tying 3 at the buzzer was overturned after video review. Paolo Banchero hit the go-ahead shot with about 7 seconds left, and the Magic defeated the Pacers 112-110. Banchero ended with 29 points and 10 rebounds. The Hawks topped the Timberwolves 126-102. Warriors over the Hornets 132-125, where Steph Curry dropped 26 points, while the Cavs snapped the Suns' 4-game winning streak, coming out on top 129-113. And the Wizards edged the Bucks 114-113 despite 33 points and 15 rebounds from Giannis Antetokounmpo. Happy New Year, guys. Back to you.
Thank you, Monsi. Happy New Year. By the way, for over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. It's shipped fast and free, backed by that free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. It's TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. All right, before we go to the games and stuff like that, VJ, I do have a major problem with the NFL. They screwed this weekend up big time. You got 2 games on Saturday that mean a whole heck of a lot, almost to the point where the Panthers and Buccaneers might not mean so much because the Falcons won. We'll get to that later on. And then you got
Right.
the Sunday night game, the Ravens in Pittsburgh, all the other games on Sunday or the weekend, absolutely meaningless. Some are for seedings, so I shouldn't say they're all absolutely meaningless. But even the ones that, like the Chargers, they're going to be resting their players. They don't care where they're seated. The NFL screwed this up. You gave us 2 on Saturday and the Sunday night. This is the worst Week 18 I've ever seen in my life, you know?
No, it's not. Saturday night, because
It is.
Saturday night, there would have been nothing to watch because college football is over. Only guys like you and myself are watching the NHL and the NBA right now. College basketball, my Tar Heels are sitting at 13-1 after beating up on Florida State right now with Caleb. Going to probably be the number 1 or number 2 overall pick in this one and done year with my Tar Heels. But this is beautiful. Saturday, we get 2 games that are for the division. We get 2 games that are for the division.
But look what they did for Sunday.
Atlanta.
They destroyed it.
No, they didn't destroy Sunday because this is after the holidays. This is after New Year's. This is after Christmas. There's been so much with football and bowl games and NBA and college football and all this stuff. That last Sunday, you actually can go run some errands if you need to. You can go pick up a gift card. You can go spend a gift card you got for Christmas. Just make sure your ass is back home for Sunday night, baby, because the Ravens
NFL
and
doesn't
the
want
Steelers,
that, though, VJ.
They don't, by week, I don't think by week 18 they care, dude. People are still going to watch.
They do care, but you see, that's why years ago they decided to go to conference or division games for the end of the year. Like the last two to 3 weeks, you get divisional games so the games could be meaningful. Now, is this something we have to fix? Or is this just a one-time thing? I happen to think it's a one-time thing. It's just like a perfect storm. Who would have figured out we'd have so little races going on, especially in the wild card? I love wild card races where there's like 3 spots, 6 teams, and the other 3 don't get in. We really didn't have that, and we had divisional races. But, you know, when we don't have that, I feel it takes away. I don't think the NFL really has to adjust the schedule, though. I just think it was a one-time bad year, and we'll just get back to normal next year. What do you think?
No, I totally disagree because if all 3 of these games were on Sunday, no one would be able to watch them all because they'd be regional. But being that these 2 are on Saturday, everybody's going to watch them. Both these games will draw 20 million viewers, both of those games, because they're for divisions. Then Saturday, like I said, you get your normal regional stuff on Sunday. You get your normal regional games on Sunday. You get your last look at certain
with no
games.
meaning, those Sunday
It doesn't
games.
matter. There, people are still going to watch, Arnie. That doesn't matter. They didn't screw up nothing. They did the right thing. Just hear me out. They did the right thing. Think about it, brother. Think about it. The 2 games that mean something on Saturday, if they put them on Sunday, they wouldn't get the viewership of those games because they would be regional games.
You could put one in the. You could put one. No, you could.
No, you can't.
You can because one game last week was only distributed to like 1 state in the entire country.
But they can't do that in the last week, though. If other local teams have that region, you can't run that game in that region. Like they wouldn't have been able to run all those games out here on the West Coast because you still got to play that Chargers. You still got to play the Chargers-Broncos game. So you can't run the Falcons and Panthers game out here at that 125
No,
time
but you
slot.
can still give it to 90% of the country is what I'm saying, which is what happened like in the Raiders game. It went to like 1% of the country, just the regional. That's all it takes.
It wouldn't be 90%, but would you rather have, let's just say for S&Gs, would you rather have 65% of the country or 100% of the country to have access to the game? I'd much rather have 100% of the country have access to the game. So let's put it on a Saturday. Let's make it a double header. That way we get that means everybody gets a, think about it. Everybody gets a look at Bryce Young.
Then what about, then what do you have to do about the schedule to make the other games meaningful?
What do you mean the other game's meaningful? What games, you have to give me a game you're talking about.
The Saints and Falcons, no meaning. The Browns Bengals, no meaning. The Cowboys Giants, no meaning.
And one of those games,
they're all Sunday.
All right. So then there'll be regional games. And everybody, like I said, you'll be able to just relax and not have to flip around and figure so much out on a Sunday. But what they do at the end of Sunday night, what's the last game
We
of
got
the
one
year.
meaningful game. Yes, Ravens, Steelers.
Right, and it's
right.
the national night game that everybody's going to have access to watch. The 3 division games, they gave access to the entire country. How is that not the right decision?
It wasn't the right decision because it minimized the early Sunday action. We don't have, matter of fact, we'll come back. I know she's yelling, break in my ear. We'll come back. We'll finish out the hour. We'll finish out the schedule. If you have a comment on that, certainly tweet us at Big Vanilla Funny. I'm at Stinkin' Genius 1 right here on Fox Sports Radio.
When it comes to the stories of the day,
The big story of the day.
All right, saw this story this morning.
we have takes upon takes upon takes.
How about that? Hot take.
Upon takes upon takes.
The hot stove league's now an air fryer.
Of course we're gonna have takes.
Trevor Lawrence has hit his ceiling.
We're live 24/7. We're Fox Sports Radio. Fox Sports Radio. Did you know we're on YouTube? Did you know you can find all of your favorite shows on YouTube?
Look at us. We're waving at you right now.
Did you know that you can find the best clips and the best videos from your favorite shows?
All the interviews, clips, everything is there.
This is why you're the smartest listeners in the world.
Completely agree.
Because you went to YouTube and you searched Fox Sports Radio, and you were the ones that hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. You're the ones that watch videos from Two Pros and a Cup of Joe with Jonas Knox, Brady Quinn, and LeVar Arrington.
You can't even make this up.
You got some holy water in your bag, baby.
Dan Patrick, Colin Cowherd.
Wow.
Cavino and Rich, The Odd Couple with Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy.
The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon.
Think about that for a second.
And the Ben Maller Show. Fox Sports Radio. On YouTube.
That's strong stuff.
By searching Fox Sports Radio.
Check us out on YouTube, subscribe, hit that thumbs up icon, and comment away.
Hi, I'm Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law Group. At Catches, we're proud to stand up for the people who keep New England moving, the ones who have spent a lifetime working hard, day in and day out. Whether you've been hurt on the job or you're suffering from years of physical wear and tear, we're here for you. You deserve real help from real trial lawyers who understand what you've been through and know how to win. There's no fee unless you win. Visit catcheslaw.com or call today to schedule your free consultation. Catches Law Group, fighting for the workers, fighting for you.
This is Dale for Northeast Men's Health, where our erectile dysfunction treatments are shown to be effective in well over 90% of cases. Here is one of our patients, Bill, sharing his experience on our ED treatments.
My name's Bill, and I'm a patient at Northeast Men's Health. I suffered with ED for a couple of years, and I wasn't satisfied with my intimate life with my wife. If you have a problem, find a solution. If you have ED, seek out Northeast Men's Health. Go there. You've got nothing to lose. I am having good sex, but it's not just about the sex. Colors are brighter. My mood was brighter. I had more passion for everything in my life, not just sex, everything. I'm going to Northeast Men's Health. Go there, give it a try, meet the people there. They'll take care of you.
Thanks, Bill. It's true. If you're like most men, we'll help you get your sex life back. For just $99, you'll get a medical consult, blood work, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call today, 617-793-5000, or go to northeastmenshealth.com. That's northeastmenshealth.com.
Hi, it's Joe at Super Service Today. A sewer line backup at your home or office never happens at a good time. It's vital to have it cleared quickly and, if needed, repaired right. At Super Service Today, all of our drain cleaning services include a free camera inspection so our trained technicians can pinpoint the exact issue, offering real-time solutions to get it fixed day or night and always done right.
Get it done. Get it done right. Get it done right away. Call superservicetoday.com.
Life can be difficult, especially for those struggling with addiction. If you or someone you know needs help, contact New England Recovery Center today. At New England Recovery Center, you'll find compassionate staff providing inpatient detox, clinical stabilization services, and individualized treatment. All major insurance plans accepted. Visit newenglandrecoverycenter.org or call 877-MY-REHAB for more information. The road to recovery starts at New England Recovery Center.
Book with 128 Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric today at call128.com.
Looking to boost your career? UMass Lowell graduates enjoy the highest mid-career salaries among all public research universities in Massachusetts. Explore UMass Lowell's graduate degrees at uml.edu/success.
Hi, I'm offensive lineman Caden Wallace. When I got drafted, I worked hard to find my place, learning the playbook, building trust, and finding a home in New England. But not everyone has that chance. That's why I'm proud to partner with Heading Home. Heading Home is working to end homelessness in Massachusetts by helping families find stability and a future. Because a real win is when everyone has a place to call home. Learn more at headinghomeinc.org. That's headinghomeinc.org.
You can win a Super Bowl with this quarterback play. Yeah, you can have a pick six. I defend Darnold. I defended Andrew Luck. Peyton Manning and Elway 2 picks. This one I like. Now, did Mac Jones and Garoppolo also look great with Shanahan? Yeah. Matt Ryan won an MVP with Shanahan. But everybody's got help. And this year, Purdy, banged up some of it, is 7-1 with a 104 passer rate. The last 6 weeks, this is the healthiest, best Brock Purdy we've ever seen. He's not just stabilizing, he's elevating. He's pulling the offense.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Wow.
Weekdays at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific.
I'm going to confess right now.
Why does our lineup work?
I think the contrast of personalities.
Here's a little secret.
I can't even sugarcoat.
We have the best in the business.
They pimp slapped him.
24/7, 365.
There's a ton going on in sports.
Wherever, whenever, quality.
For sure.
Turn the radio up. Oh, that sweet sound. It's how we do sports.
Hey,
we're talking about sports.
I get paid to yell and call for people to get fired.
This is Fox Sports Radio, the premier sports lineup in the nation. 1 FS1. To find FS1 on your television, go to foxsports.com for details. FS1. Go to foxsports.com for details.
Yeah, that's not.
So that's
they,
more
they
my
can't
point.
Control that, though. Yeah, I wanted to go back to this because I'll be honest with you, and I love you, brother. Just what you're saying, because the whole commercial break, I'm like, okay, maybe I'm missing something. So once again, let's go to Saturday. 1:30 my start, 4:30 your start out east. But back here, 1:30 Saturday afternoon. Great time. I'll be just getting home from my son's piano lessons at the Mozart School of Music. Sit on the couch, crack me open a sandwich and a beer, and watch the game. All right, cool. So we're right here, Carolina at Tampa for the division. Then later on the West Coast out here, 8 o'clock your time, 5 o'clock out here, Seattle and San Francisco, not only for the division, but for the number 1 seed. 2 teams to decide divisions and playoff matchups we want the nation to see. Now, Sunday, Houston, Indiana, nothing. One team's not in the playoffs, but Houston's still playing for playoff positioning as far as seeding. Dallas and Giants, nothing. Cleveland, hey, Shador versus Joe Burrow. Okay. The Saints, Falcons, nothing. Green Bay, Minnesota. Green Bay still playing for something. That game means something. Tennessee and Jacksonville. Jacksonville is still playing as far as playoff seeding is concerned.
So if those games are so important, that's why you're going to put one of those games on Saturday and move the Seattle, San Francisco to Sunday, because like you said, everybody's going to watch it anyway, whether it's Saturday or Sunday.
But they can't give it its own window for the nation.
But what you're missing is, and I'm going to answer that, 99% on Saturday does not even equal more than 80% on a Sunday. You understand that?
But they're not going to give. They can't give it.
Yes, they can.
No, they can't, Arnie.
They just came out with last week's number. A couple of the games went to 90% of the country on a Sunday.
I know that's because they ran so many games during the Christmas week, Arnie. 3 games was on Christmas night. Then they had 2 Saturday games. So by the time we got to Sunday, there was only 7 games on Sunday.
Right, but they can put it to a big part of the country.
You were able. No. Yeah. That's not. I'm sorry, brother. That's just not correct because
that is very correct.
No, you have to look at you have to look at the demographics. Okay, so for instance, the Colts and Indiana game. So that's in Houston, right? But then you also have the Dallas and the Giants game. So that's 2 Texas teams playing. So they have to split the state of Texas right there. Okay, that New York area is going to get that game because the Jets don't play until later. So they can't give it to the rest of the nation or can't give it to more of the nation because in the Great Northwest, in like the Great Lakes area, you got the Cincinnati-Cleveland game. So they have to run that game all through that area, not to mention Green Bay, Minnesota. So they have to split that area. They can't take those games. They contractually can't do that, Arnie. They have to run those games in those areas.
I'm going to tell you because I know we only have like a minute and a half left. Here in New York, where I'm in Connecticut also, we have 2 CBSs, 2 Foxes, so we can get double the game, so we don't have to get stuck with one game. So that's the way it is for a lot of these major cities that have that, like a New York, a New Jersey, a Connecticut, and stuff like that. But I could just pull up the map. We could do that next hour and show you which games go to which part of the country so you could see how it goes to 80, 85% when we're in a week 17 and a week 18.
They don't
If I can find it, I can do that.
That's fine. But what I'm telling you is they don't block out local teams just to show another game.
No, they don't. But we have two, though. We have two CBSs here, I'm explaining.
I know.
We have both games, so we'll see the crappy game and we'll see a good game.
I get that,
Right.
but that's not the most of the nation, though. The most of the nation doesn't have two CBSs and two Foxes for you to do that.
No, but they don't have a team.
Like in South Florida. Like, think about it. Later that day, our Dolphins are at New England. They're going to run that New England game all through Connecticut, all through Massachusetts, all through Vermont, all through New Hampshire.
All right.
And then they're going to run it through all of South Florida.
I'll tell you, 3 hours are in the books. Let's everybody back off. 3 hours in the books. We'll
back
come
off
back.
Me, Arnie.
Back off. We got a lot of the games to get to. I had so much also. We have to go through week 18. All that is coming up next. If you want to get in at Big Vanilla Funny, I'm at Stinkin' Genius 1. Do you like the schedule for week 18 here on Fox Sports Radio?
Pros don't just show up. They prove how it's done with precision and without shortcuts. Makita tools are built the same way with a dedication to lasting quality, trusted performance, and results that reward your effort year after year. When the job calls for the best, call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
Start the year with a splash of flavor with Heartland Steakco's Reef and Beef Package, which combines juicy steak and fresh seafood for the ultimate celebration. You will be feasting on Maine cold water lobster, jumbo USA sea scallops, 16-ounce USDA choice ribeye steaks, and 8-ounce filet mignon delivered straight to your door. Ordering is easy at heartlandsteakco.com. And right now, when you spend $199.99 or more, you'll get free shipping plus $26 off with promo code NEWYEAR26. Taste the Heartland different.
Hi, it's Jason Todd, VP of New England for Blue Sky Restoration Contractors. What makes Blue Sky unique compared to other restoration companies? At Blue Sky, we take care of everything from beginning to end, so we're the only call you need to make. So if your home or business experiences property damage from water, fire, mold, or storms, don't panic. With locations across the region, our team will be there in no time to get you back on your feet. Visit goblusky.com. Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, restoring your property and your life for a brighter tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Jim Burns, sales manager from AAA Work Trucks, your local truck upfitter in Billerica. We all know your truck setup is critical to your success on the job, so choose AAA Work Trucks to upfit your vehicle. We sell and install virtually everything your commercial truck needs, from van shelving to ladder racks, lift gates, toolboxes, power inverters, and much more. Call 866-783-6222 and we'll come up with a solution that works best for you. Visit us at AAAWorkTrucks.com. That's AAAWorkTrucks.com.
What if the bank worked with you? Because it is you. South Shore Bank is a mutual bank. Our clients are our stakeholders, and partnerships are our priority. We want to build up our community because we're part of it. That means when you win, we win. And that we still includes you. What do you even call that? Double win? Twice as nice? A 2-for-1? We've got another name for it. Sharing success. South Shore Bank. Member FDIC, DIF, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, it's Amanda Meads from Rapid Flow here with my daughter Mia. Mia, there's a lot of drain companies on the radio, but there's only one that's trusted by Mass DOT and MassFoot. Can you guess which one? Rapid Flow? You got it. In this season, you may have friends or fans come in to watch the game at your home or business. So what's the last thing you want on game day? A sewer backup. No question. So get the permanent fix now with our no-dig pipelining technology. Call 800-286-FLOW or visit rapidflowinc.com.
With Rapid Flow, one call solves it all.
Too many veterans in Massachusetts